Thank you for coming on back to this JP Lopez show. Jordan Cavarrubio Jaro Lopez. Mr. Is. You guys know Mr. Is. He's about his 100th time on the episodes. But Jaro Lopez, very, very funny comedian out of Lubbock, Texas. Please go follow him. Jaro Lopez Comedy. Jordan Cavarrubio. This guy's an up-and-comer out of Houston, Texas. These guys were... bless me. They did bless me with their presence today. And I thank you guys for coming on to the show. Really and truly thank you. As you guys know, I love to plug and promote everything local. Jordan's from Lubbock, but he's a Houston comic, up-and-comer. He just did a show here in Lubbock, Texas. And, came on the show, killed it. Really would like to ask you guys to please help me expand my reach and plug and promote my show. Share the episode with a friend and family member that's not familiar with the show. Really, really help me make this a brand. I'm trying my best to get my name out there and make this a household name. And once again, thank you for my panel, which is Mr. Is, who made this show possible. This guy is all love and support. He will really promote anyone before himself. And I got to thank him for that. Stick around and enjoy the episode because it's a great one. It's the JP Lopez Show.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get it on!
It's the JP Lopez Show.
This episode is brought to you by Edgar's All Industrial Services. Are you looking for flooring and tile, cabinet and countertops, maybe some concrete and framing, or electrical and insulation? Hit up my boy Edgar at Edgar's All Industrial Services. He's on Facebook. And also hit him up at 806-544-0371. Let him know it's the JP Lopez Show sent you. Once again, on Facebook at Edgar's All Industrial Services, 806-544-0371. His promise is simple. You dream it, he builds it. Hit him up, show him some love. Welcome back to this, the JP Lopez Show. Got a first-timer here. Thank you, Mr. Is, for setting this shit up, bro. I can't thank you enough for the talent, the level of, just the pure genius that you bring in this fucking place, man.
Hell yeah.
Mr. Jordan Cavarrubio, man, thank you for coming through,
Yes,
man.
sir. Thank you guys for having me, man. I really appreciate it. I'm glad to be here.
I'm excited to get to, I guess, quote-unquote interview, but how's it going, bro? You just had a show this weekend. This is why you're in Lubbock, right?
Yeah. So it's been going good, man. I'm going to hit 3 years in stand-up in about a week. This was my first real showcase here in Lubbock. I've done guest spots on shows here in Lubbock, but this was my first time actually being like a build comic. So it was fun, man. It was a great room. It was a great crowd. There's a little bit of over 100 people there, so
It was a good crowd.
yeah, for it to be that, it was great. I did like 15, so it was fun. It was good.
Dude, that's awesome, bro. For Lubbock to come out like that,
Yeah, it means
bro.
something, right? It's kind of crazy, man. It's pretty crazy. It's a blessing, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, like this is something that you work towards as a comedian, as anything you work towards, like being able to come out and really show what you got and show you've been working on, and it was a good experience, man.
So, all right, man. Like, obviously, it was it Five Hispanic? What was it called? The name of the show?
Five Funny Mexicans.
Five Funny Mexicans, right? Do you think that your crowd is a Mexican crowd, or
you know
or
what?
do you hate that question for real?
Nah, man. You know, I've seen things about like some comics being like, I'm not a Mexican comic, I'm a comedian
That's
who's
why
Mexican
I asked
and
that.
shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wouldn't sit here and say that I'm like a quote-unquote Mexican comic either. You know, I don't incorporate Spanish into any of my shit and whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, like, I am a Mexican, so
Yeah.
a lot of my jokes are going to come from experiences of my life that are,
That's facts.
you know, it's cultural,
Yeah,
bro.
that's how
Like,
my
a lot
jokes
of
are
this shit
too.
is, like, I got jokes about, like, my cousins being in jail and shit and making that shit normal. Like, I don't know. And it's also a different type of Mexican you are, right? Like, but at that point, it's like, it's past that. It's more of like a cultural, you know, who you are as a person type of thing. So you can't escape it. No matter what you are, you can't escape it. If you're a Mexican comic, black comic, white comic, you're always going to be one of those. But
You said my cousin's going to jail, making it normal. I think
Yeah.
I think of those videos of them motherfuckers that make spreads for TikTok. You're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
motherfucker, you're out, man. Stop eating like that.
Real shit.
Reminiscing.
No, real shit.
They're all fucking cutting the beef, the Slim Jims and shit. Like, bitch, you out.
I remember my dad made a spread. So my dad was in prison when I was growing up, man. I remember when he got out, one of the first things he did was like, he was at my grandma's house, he made a spread. And he called me over. He was like, "Come here, you're gonna have to learn how to make this." I'm like, "Bitch, what you trying to say?"
He's not saying he don't have high standards for you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
I don't need to learn how to make noodles, motherfucker.
He's like father like son.
he like, you got to get the right pack of weenies, bro. It's not gonna work.
fucking noodles with hot Cheetos. I don't even learn how to make that shit.
What happens if you're
Yeah, those are the real struggle meals right there.
For real.
What happens if you're still what?
What happens if your Theo gets out and he's like, "Come here, mijo, this is how you make eyeliner."
That's funny as hell.
See, you get
Bro,
the
that'd be
M&Ms,
a bit. That'd be a bit.
You get the M&Ms with water. Mijo.
I just want you to know before you go in.
He's gonna teach you
That's
color
funny.
theories for the right colors. You get to get the right shade. Bro,
what's
that's a
up?
bit, bro.
What's
That's
up,
a bit. What's up?
How
What's
are you,
up?
brother?
Chilling, bro.
Thank you for coming
Chilling.
through, man.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. It's always
Dude,
a
you've
pleasure.
been killing the Lubbock game, bro.
Trying, bro.
I promise
Been
you, I'm
trying.
your biggest fan, man. For
Thank you.
real.
You're my biggest supporter too.
Yeah, dude, I'm your biggest fan, dude.
I think I might be.
Y'all fight.
I just love seeing you on stage, man.
Appreciate it.
And I guess, like people cycle through their material and shit.
Yeah.
And you've only been at it 2 years, and I figured you'd cycle through a lot
Mm-hmm.
of material. You don't, bro.
Yeah.
And that's awesome, man. For real, man.
It's so hard because like when I perform in Lubbock, I'm like, fuck, like I gotta write something new. And it's so fucking hard because like I have ADHD like a motherfucker. So when it comes to actually writing, like I just don't want to do it. But I have all these thoughts in my head, but for some reason putting the pen to the paper, it's just like it's so hard for me to sit there and just write something out.
Yeah.
And so like it'll take me a while, bro, but like when I just perform in Lubbock, I put a lot of stress on myself to write something new. So I'm like, fucking everybody's already heard this shit before.
I know. But also, fuck you. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you ain't a comic,
Yeah.
bitch.
But still, I'm not trying, because you can beat a dead horse with a comedy, especially like somebody's heard it. Like, it just loses the sting, it loses
Yeah.
the punch and stuff like that. So that's why when I do a new show, like I want to write something new just to give them something new to hear instead of just my same old fucking grandma joke,
Yeah.
But I love like going out of town and telling the old jokes. Cause I get good responses from different crowds, like and
Yeah.
it's like fuck. I'm like, all right, it's not just here. It's funny everywhere.
Dude, you
know what I
blew
mean?
my fucking mind, bro, when you went to Midland and met some fans of the show from El Paso.
Bro,
man.
that was crazy. That was crazy because we were talking about. I think just I don't remember what the fuck we were talking
It was
about.
Mike Holguin, right?
Yeah. Shout out,
Mike,
yeah. And because I think I was telling about like old JP, he does a podcast in Lubbock, and then I think I was saying that.
You said that this is how I remember you telling me something about they asked you about Lubbock comedy. And that they were like, oh, we listened to a Lubbock podcast.
Yeah, and I was like, who? And they're like, JP. I was like, bro, for real? And I was like, that's crazy. And I was like, I gotta snap him right. I gotta tell him right now, like, your fucking show reaches El Paso.
I was
bro.
at work fucking geeking out, bro. I was working an overnight shift, and I was like, oh, fuck.
That shit was
that's
close as
tight.
fuck. I was like, man, JP's my fucking homie. I was like, I was gonna quit, but he put me on his show, and then it was way worth it.
Hey, don't forget to tip me on your way out at the door, bro.
I got you. I'll splash it.
What's up, Mr. Iz?
What's up, bro?
Back again for another one, bro.
Fuck, man, how many times? There's 100 times on your show now and shit? God damn.
You say people are fucking tired of you, but I think you might be just tired of coming
I'm
up
tired.
here. I think you just don't want to come up here no more, motherfucker.
Look, I need gas money at this point, dog. God damn.
Just make him a little cot in the back.
Well, you always wanted to shed.
I did want to say it, bro. Like,
So what's going on, bro?
nothing much, man. Fucking, what is this? Week, day number 3, 4 unemployed.
Well,
Hell yeah.
Recently unemployed.
Hell yeah.
so
I'm
we
not
were
on
talking
that.
about Mexican comics, right?
I'm not on Avenue Q yet. I'll be there soon.
Hey,
get a lot
Jordan,
of
does
material
having a
there.
job interfere with you being a comic?
Nah, bro. Luckily, the job I have is really flexible, so I'm able to just do stand up whenever I do it at night. I had to wake up for work. Probably
Can you
like
flex a little
9:30.
bit?
Like
Like, where you been? What you
man,
headlined? Like,
well, you know, okay. To be fair, man, like I'm just barely starting to get to a spot where I can open and feature pretty confidently. I had a headlining gig lined up. It just didn't fall through. It's cool. You know, I'm a big believer in things happen when they're supposed to.
Yeah.
Right.
Facts.
But at the same to say like in the same sentence, I guess. You know, I try to just stay focused with it, man. Like I try not to. One thing about my job is like I was a little stressed out about it recently, and then I was at the club Secret Group, which I'm past at in Houston, Texas. Shout out to Secret Group. I was talking to one of the bartenders there, Joey, and I'm telling him, I'm like, man, like my job got me stressed out, blah blah blah. Like I think I'm gonna get fired every day, blah blah blah. And he was like, man, don't you want to be like a comedian?
Facts.
And I was like, yeah. He was like, then why do you give a fuck? And I was like, actually, that's a great fucking point. That's good logic.
he's
man.
all pouring you a shot.
It really was. That really is how it went.
He's like,
bro.
text him right now. Tell him he quit.
But
Give me your phone. I'll text him.
But yeah, man, nah, it's been cool, man. Luckily, my job, like I said, they're pretty cool. They're it's super flexible, so it doesn't interfere too much. But yeah, I'm trying to branch more outside of Houston, man. Like doing more shows. I met somebody at that Lubbock show that we just had. I'm supposed to be featuring for somebody in August at the end of or at the beginning of August. So I'll be back at Jake's August 7th, and then hopefully they can get me on their San Angelo show. And that's just really the name of the game, bro. Is like trying to be seen by the right people, so that way you can get put on with different people and try to make that jump. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what gets me, man. Is the people that start podcasting and like they don't have guests, and you're like, I'm like, you are fucking yourself over, because if you don't have guests, then those folks are not gonna be like, let me see what this podcast is all about.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
his folks or their folks are not gonna be like, well, let me tune in and see.
Yeah.
Like, it drives me
100%.
nuts for podcasts that
collaboration.
just don't have guests, man. And it's like you, like
Yeah.
you're saying with comics, man. Like I told you off air, like when I went to see Russell Peters, he was saying how, you know, his mentor was like, just always be on stage.
100%.
Like-
100%.
Bro,
That's so
exposure is
important.
everything.
That's so important, bro. And like being cool with people is another thing. That's one thing, man. I've been having to learn that lesson a lot lately, especially being in Houston. I got a bad habit of getting drunk and telling people they suck, and that's I gotta calm that shit down, man, because like it burns bridges. You know what I'm saying? And like somebody had to have a real conversation with me where they were like, "Hey, bro, like." You might be opening for one of these motherfuckers one day. Like, you gotta relax. But I'm young. I feel like, you know,
You want to
whatever the
feature him?
fuck.
No, he told me I sucked 10 years ago. Fuck that guy.
That is, and like that really might be a possibility what happens one day, bro. But like then sometimes I'm like, man, fuck it, I'll die on my sword, bro. It is what it is. But like, you know, comedy is, yeah, bro. It's all about like, you know, just being cool, like trying to, cause you know, like you need to be good with crowds and shit. You need to go and perform, but you also don't want to be somebody that nobody wants to have around. You know what I'm saying?
But that's how we met though. He hit me up DM, said you fucking suck.
No,
He said, yes, you suck. Do you have any connects that I can use you for?
Yo, that fucking 5 minutes is ass. Let me get on that podcast, man. Please. No, actually, I thought his was hilarious, man.
Dude, Iz is hilarious.
Yeah.
He's the only guy
yeah.
that thinks he's not.
It's crazy,
I
right?
feel the same way about my shit. I'm like, they don't give a lot for this shit.
Do you
Nah.
think that? You think you're not funny?
Yeah, hell yeah. I think if you're a comedian who doesn't think,
So that's normal?
I think it is, and if you do think that if you're just like, yeah, I'm the shit and I'm funny, chances are you're actually bad.
Yeah.
You're not. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you gotta have some level of self-awareness to where you're like, man, like that's just not. It's not good. Like it's not like it'll get a laugh. Maybe it gets like a cheap laugh, but you got to be honest with yourself sometimes, man. Where man, this shit's not going right. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Bro, I grew up knowing my dad was gonna whoop my ass, bro. I fucking knew that the teacher was gonna fucking write home.
Yeah.
But I had to get that laugh, bro. I
Yeah.
had to get that
Making
laugh.
people
Yeah.
laugh is so fucking
So that's
cool.
that's what I'm getting at is like I
is fun.
knew I was gonna get murdered at home, but this 10 seconds of a fucking ultimate high of making the whole class laugh was gonna be worth it.
Love
man.
it.
You know what's crazy, man? Is growing up, I wasn't a class clown, bro.
No?
No, I wanted to. I wanted to just be like cool. If I'm being honest, like I'm old enough to admit now that I was just trying to be cool a lot of the time. I was the guy that was like
cool
too
now?
cool. No, I think I'm fucking goofy as shit. Sometimes I'll be like driving home from a set and I'm like,
I'm fucking dumb.
I literally just like, yeah, like I'll be driving home.
joke.
Literally, bro. I'm like driving home from a set. I'm like, I just told everybody I get my ass ate, bro. Like, that's not cool at all. Like these are like the hosts in the audience are not like, oh my god,
Hey man, his ass too.
you know what I'm saying? They're not saying that.
The
They're
Eat a
like,
Booty gang might be thinking you're cool, bro.
Tortas, bro.
They
You
might
gotta
think
get
you're
the
cool.
tortas, yeah. But nah, bro. I wasn't a class clown at all, bro. I wanted to be a cool guy, and I wasn't a cool guy. So like, it was there was a lot of conflict. Like, you know, it's funny. I look back on my pictures from like high school and shit, and I'm like, bro, you were trying so
Trying too
hard.
hard.
Yeah, like you gotta. And now, like as an adult, you know, I can really look back and be honest with myself about that shit. I think that's what the problem is with a lot of people is they can't look back on themselves and be honest about it.
But I think
You
your
know?
generation, because I mean, you said you're 24.
Yeah, I'm 24.
I
yeah.
think your generation doesn't know how to decipher charisma, and what I'm getting at is I have a son who's 23, 22 now, and there was a kid that I just thought was cool, like he grew up with, and I mean, I guess quote unquote the popular kid, right?
Yeah.
But he was like, he's a tryharder. He would always call it, he's a tryharder, and I was like, that kid has charisma, kid.
Yeah, that is the
Tryharder.
thing.
They got aura.
Like, bro, can I be honest with you? I think charisma will take you further in stand-up than being funny will sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
You see that on Kill Tony?
on Kill Tony, just like in everyday, like if you're at an open mic or if you're just hanging around people, like brings me back to my point. What I was saying is like, yeah, the audience needs to like you, but they'll like you with charisma.
Yeah.
They'll give you a laugh, even if you don't tell the funniest joke. If you just go up there with a nice smile on your face, you know what I'm saying? You do the whole bell whistle dance and you do your shit, and then you get off the stage, you go to the green room. You're just cool to hang out with. You're cool. Like people will book you for shit like that. You can go on stage and like have a crazy good set, make everybody laugh, get off stage, go to the green room, be an asshole, nobody's gonna like it. You go outside to when everybody's letting out of the show and you don't look welcoming, and people that were just laughing at your shit will not walk up to you and say
wow.
good shit. I promise. I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Man, I never even thought of that.
But charisma is such an important thing, and like I think just in general, a lot of people are lacking it, bro. Like people don't have charisma anymore, man. People are very they're very buttoned up. I think people are scared to really like. Oh, thank you, bro.
Yeah,
People are really scared to be, you know, who they are to the fullest extent, and that's the thing is like that's all charisma is to me. You know,
Just
charisma
being
is
yourself.
just being yourself, bro. Like
Yeah.
if you can be comfortable in your own skin to own who you are, and say like, yeah, like this is who I am, and I'm cool with it. You know, like
Yeah.
That's
who
true
gives a
too,
fuck,
because like
you know?
when I go drop off my my daughter at the school, there was this me and this other dad, Justin. Shout out Justin. We saw each other every day, bro. But me, like when I'm around people I don't know, like I'm reserved. Like I don't fucking talk about the stuff I want to talk because I just don't want to offend people. I don't know how
Yeah.
other people think and shit. So, like I said, we see each other every day. And then I went to the show at Mano Negra to go see Russell, and after the show, I was about to tap out and leave, and then that Justin and his wife and their friends walk in. And he was like, they walk up to the bar and he was like, hey, what's up, man? I was like, hey, what's up, bro? And like, we were telling the wife that like, we see each other every day. We never talk. And I told him, I was like, dude, I'm just like real introvert when I'm around people I don't know because I say stupid ass shit. And like, I'm here for a comedy show.
Your wife's gonna hate me after tonight.
Yeah. And like, I told him, I'm here for a comedy show. Like, I don't want to seem weird coming here by myself. And they're like, oh, you do comedy, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah. And then they're like, oh, tell us some, like, you know, tell us some jokes. And I was like, are you sure? I was like, because I say some fucked up stuff, bro. Ever since then, they fucking loved me.
Nice.
Because I was
Yeah.
being myself, you know?
Yeah.
And I was saying some fucked up shit, and they liked it, and they were laughing. And then after that, bro, they started inviting me to parties and
That's
all
badass.
kinds of shit, bro, just because I was being
Swinger
myself.
parties. And
Yeah.
hey,
How
how
to
come
pull
for
This
my
swing,
wife?
hell no. Bro, if I ever got, I don't know what I would do if I ever got caught in that situation.
No?
Like no, I
You
I
wouldn't
didn't
even
even
go
go
watch?
watch. Crying tears of joy.
Fuck
I'd be
no.
"This is
You wouldn't
the
even
best
go
day of my
watch?
life."
no, like
Let me see what this is all about.
fuck no, bro.
I had a buddy that said because he was a DJ, right? And he said he got hired for a gig, and he showed up
Yeah.
for this gig, and it was a fucking swingers.
Wow.
And I was like, so, like,
Damn.
did you like scratch to the fucking like. Rick, rick, rick.
You like see one dude go to another dude's wife, be like, all right, let me break this bitch.
I would play Trapped in the Closet.
Nah, for real, bro.
I'll play a bunch of songs about cheating.
Same girl, Usher, R. Kelly.
Fucking R. Kelly same girl.
Yeah, it's all it is.
That's fucking funny.
Hato, did you grow up a popular kid?
I wasn't popular, but I was cool with everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I would say the people that I hung out with were the popular ones. Like, they're more popular than
Yeah.
me, and I never wanted to be, like, popular. Like, I just hung out. You know what I mean? And I was cool. I had, like, goth friends, emo friends, fucking jock friends, black friends, Mexican friends. I was cool with everybody.
In your later years, like high school, did you have a lot of friends?
Yeah, I've always had a lot of friends.
Yeah.
I was fucking prom king or whatever, like fucking for my junior ROTC.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that about you.
He was
Yeah.
the only option.
It was me and somebody else. Nah, I was pretty fucking
They
popular.
thought I was
all the way.
autistic.
I unfortunately was the sexy, handsome dude.
Well, you were the short boys for everybody wanted to be friends with you. You're the kid they told their parents, said, hey, be nice to him.
Be nice to me, home.
I'm that. What is it? I reached my peak in high school. That's pretty much it for me right there.
Nah.
I always end the show. The end quote is read some books.
Yeah.
And fucking is like, bitch, you know I can't read, motherfucker.
Bro, same. I have,
Go home crying. And shit.
dude, I
know
haven't
what?
read a book since like 3rd grade, probably.
Yes.
That's fair. Yeah.
I married a reader, and like, I don't know, in December she's like, fuck, like I'm 3 books away from my goal. And I was like, what was your goal? Like 1 a month? She's like,
Yeah.
no, 40. And I was like, God damn. 40 books. Like, fuck.
What you trying to be smart?
You're not retaining none of that shit.
What you trying to go to college, bitch?
You trying to go to college?
You're not retaining none of that.
Trying to get that DeVry money?
You seen that video that you like you just got that right there?
Man, you know what? Just thinking of Iz and him not being able to read and shit. One of my favorite visuals of is I remember he did a joke about him like being like a little poor fat kid on the east side taking a bath at the car wash. It's so sad, but I laugh because I just imagine like a little short Iz, no facial hair, just with the big ass scrubber, like scrubbing his belly. Just watching
Trying to make it
shit
sexy.
down.
Oh, hell no. My mom would shoot us with that fucking pressure washer.
This boy had fucking red
That's
marks
so
all over
funny,
him.
bro.
That shit stung, boy.
It's so funny, bro.
It's like, stand 20 feet back, it'll hurt less.
Jordan, would you consider yourself a Houston comic?
Yeah, for sure, man. Just because that's where I started, man. You know, I started in Houston. If I go anywhere else, like Houston's the first place I got past that with clubs. You know what I'm saying? Like, first place I've ever gotten booked for real shit. Like, that's Houston comedy made me, bro. Like, Houston comedy, I think, is so unique. And I think I was telling Hato about this, and I think I might have been telling Iz about this as well. But you know, when you come to smaller towns, not just Lubbock specifically, but like, for example, there's like a place called Conroe, like an hour outside of Houston.
That's where the writers, right?
Right, there's a Riot Conroe, and you do that room, and it's like all white people, like all old white people. Or if you come here, like for example, last show last night, a lot of Mexicans, mainly Mexicans, right? In Houston, bro, you get everybody going to that bitch, because Houston is like the most diverse city in America. So you're getting black crowds, white crowds, Mexican crowds, Indian crowds, Asian crowds. But you're not just getting them. You can get them individually in certain pockets of the city, but you can also get them all together in one room. And that's whenever you do those rooms, you're like, oh, this joke is for real. Like, this is something.
They can get everywhere.
It was probably like 10 years ago, maybe a little longer. I bought a car online for Texas Direct Auto,
Nice. Okay.
which is in Stafford.
Uh-huh.
And I flew into, I can't remember, but I flew into an airport, might have been, it's Bush and Hobby,
It's
right?
Bush and Hobby.
And I needed to catch a shuttle to the other airport.
Yeah.
And I ain't shitting you, bro. It was like a 45-minute drive.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm still in fucking Houston. Like,
Yeah.
I would have drove to Plainview already, and I'm
Houston
fucking
is
still
crazy,
in Houston.
bro. Yeah.
It's wild, bro.
I love it though, man. I
That's crazy over
wouldn't.
there.
I don't think I would move. Well, actually, I take that back. I would like to move to New York eventually, but man, like just Houston as a city is beautiful, man. It's just it's so diverse, bro. There's so much opportunity out there, so much to do. I mean, it's my favorite big city to do stand-up in terms of like in Texas at least. I've done stand-up in Austin, done stand-up in San Antonio, done stand-up in Dallas. Houston is just, it means more to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, I will say, like, Texas just being so big already is, those three scenes are very similar, but they're also super different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Austin is very, San Antonio, super Mexican for where I was at. Like, super Mexican crowds, like, they kind of like the raunchy shit. They don't really want you to talk too much about, like, religious shit. Austin is like, say whatever the fuck you want on the microphone. Like, they don't give a fuck. Also, Austin comedy sucks, so it's kind of like, that's just what they're used to.
Would you say it's
with.
liberal in Austin? Like,
No,
legit?
bro. I'd say it's the opposite, bro.
Really?
Austin is too edgy. Like, Austin, they'll get up there and they'll say shit that's like, yo, that's not even funny. That's just weird. like it's really just weird to
This guy
say.
sucks.
Fucking hate crimes and
For real.
shit.
Yeah, it's like, it's legit. Like, talking about like fucking dogs, and you're like,
Wow.
who even? Well, how is that funny? What's funny
That's
about
just
that?
Joe Rogan, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, not for real. Fuck Joe Rogan. Nah, I'm just playing. JP gonna be on his show. One day, so I'm gonna chill out. But no, for real. Like, Austin is just weird shit. Dallas is a little bit more like Houston, man. Dallas has a lot of comedy clubs though. Dallas, Fort Worth, they got like fucking 10,
Wow.
which is crazy. Houston actually is kind of coming up. Houston has Riot, Secret Group, The Den, The Punchline, The Improv. That's 5. You know. So
When did you awaken? When did you know this was for you?
Bro, my first time being on stage.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, I'll never forget. So, I didn't want to do stand-up. I never once thought about doing stand-up. Never once thought I was a funny person. Like, never once was like, yo, I'm the funny guy. I'm going to make everybody in this party laugh.
Yeah.
I just wasn't that, you know? I thought I had funny sense of humor. Like, you know, I'd see shit online or I'd see comedy specials and, but I think that's funny. I can tell that's funny. I went to New York when I was like 21. And I went to the Comedy Cellar, and I watched a ton of comedians. I remember Shane Gillis closed out the night, and like, I just remember everybody like laughing in this Comedy Cellar room. Just the best experience ever. And I was like, my ego was telling me like, you want to be on stage. You don't even want to be here. You want to be on stage right now. Which, again, I never once thought about doing stand-up. Never once was like, this is something I want to do. So I remember I go home. I was finishing up college. I had like a month left of college, and I remember my family had came down to watch me graduate, and we went to an open mic just to go watch, like, cause there was nothing else to do, you know.
Yeah.
It's like a Wednesday night. We're kind of like, man, fuck it. There's an open mic. We went and watched it, bro. We stayed, and we stayed because of me from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. and watched.
Damn. Long ass open mic.
So many comics, yeah. Just do 5 minutes each. So you can only imagine how many comics went up in that 4-hour time period.
Like
That's a
fucking
lot,
at least
bro.
4.
And we watched it.
Burned out.
Yeah, no shit, right? And we watched
At least 5.
and we watched the whole thing, bro. And I remember I was like, man, this was pretty cool. I only thought 2 of the guys were funny. And I remember who they was, Mike Craven and Christian Alexander. Christian's my best friend. And I was like, man, I was like, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna watch it by myself. Remember, I'm watching it by myself, and everybody just sucked. And I was like, why can't I do this?
That's how I felt too.
You know
the
what I'm
first time.
saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, I could do that.
I'm
shit.
like, I can go up there and not be good. Like, that's not that hard. You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard to not be funny. Yeah, not be funny.
Not be funny.
These are my kids.
And I went up, man. And then I remember I graduated college, and then a month after I graduated, man, I went. I remember I got hammered. I recorded. I saw the video of it. I got fucked up. I remember I thought I crushed. I made 2 drunk guys laugh. That was it. I thought I crushed. I remember getting off
fuck,
stage
that's my
like,
future.
yo, I'm meant to do this. Like, I was like, I'm supposed to be here.
I'm gonna sell out arenas.
Bro, and in hindsight, the other day I watched my first set. I was just watching it, and I was like,
Did it make you cringe?
knowing what I know now, I would have quit. Like, that night, I would have been like, this is not for you at all, bro.
I watched
Like,
my first set the other day. I made it halfway through. I was like, fuck.
It's a
that.
tough watch, bro.
I was like, what the
It's a
fuck was I
tough
thinking?
watch.
I don't think I ever want to watch my old podcast, bro.
Your
I
first
have-
one.
You have
yeah.
to. I think it's necessary. You'll like gross yourself out. Cause like, what the fuck?
Dude,
but
I
you'll
would
see how
get
much you grew.
shitty.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the end of the podcast like coming home and then thinking to myself, I don't even know what the fuck we talked
about.
Yeah. I got so fucked up.
You're sitting there like,
Yeah.
And then that was right around the time your voice was changing and shit.
So, dude, my wife used to get pissed, bro.
Yeah.
Because we used to always shoot around 6:30, 7:30, and then I would come home at like 2 or 3 in the morning, bro.
Right.
And she's like, how the fuck are you coming home this late for a 1 hour fucking podcast? Like,
Yeah.
who the fuck are y'all fucking over there?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on over there?
it's like, first of all, you think I can last
Yeah.
how long? Thank you.
God damn.
That's so funny, dude. You know, I had a girl when I first started doing stand-up. I had a girlfriend, and that was a problem I was running into too, man, where she was like, you're out till like 2 in the morning every night. Like, what are you doing? And like, it got to the point where finally she was like, I think you have a girlfriend. Like, and I was like, if you knew the fat, coke addict, homeless white people that just go watch these open mics, I'm not fucking nobody that goes to these
I
open
take
mics.
offense.
No, for real. I'm like, damn, bitch, like, I'm the fucking trophy bitch. Like, you better fucking recognize, you know what I'm
So my
saying?
audience is in Houston, is what you're saying.
Bro, I remember that, bro. Those were, see, you have a good woman. Mine was like, nah, fuck that, it's over. I was like, all right, fuck it. I guess it is. But nah, man, it was, I love stand-up, bro. Stand-up is the best thing I've ever done for my life. You know, what I love about it is that it feels like, no matter what ever happens in my life, like, I'll always have stand-up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I could, and I could never go anywhere with it. You know what I'm saying? And like, I could just end up being like a guy who just does stand up on fucking Fridays, Saturdays at local clubs and just does that. But even if that's all it turns out to be, is like, man, like, it's still so much fun to be that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like
Everybody wants to hang out with the funny guy.
everybody, yeah, bro. Like, after our show on Saturday, man, I went to Woodrow's and people were coming up to me like, bro, like, we were at that show, like, you were fucking hilarious. Let me buy you a shot. Like,
Oh,
that's
badass.
a good feeling.
Yeah, dude.
That's a great feeling. That makes you feel like, damn, like, I'm, you know what I'm saying?
So I didn't choose Is chose me.
Right.
Wow, what the fuck?
And I'll tell you what I mean by that. You know what I mean? Like,
It is Pride Month, so I got something to say.
Is kind of instantly became family, and like I can't honestly say like I picked him and I rode with him because we instantly bonded and became tight, right? But with Hado, bro, I feel like I chose right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so proud of his growth. Like,
Yeah. He's a
what was
funny
it,
guy.
a month ago when he fucking did Irving one night and Houston the next night?
Yeah.
I was like, man, fuck yeah, man. That I fucking chose right. Like, that's
Yeah.
my guy, man.
Appreciate it.
He's hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
I think he's very funny. I love your joke about hot and juicy. And
Oh, yeah.
That's a funny
I
joke.
want to figure out how to make that one like, or I can tell it everywhere, not just Lubbock. You know what I
Bro,
mean?
it's easy, bro. You just
Just
say,
rewrite
man,
it,
from
yeah.
my hometown, you know, like,
True.
just say it's my hometown. It's super easy, bro. That's the thing about stand-up is sometimes it's like the simplest path is the right path, you know what I'm saying?
I
But
probably overcomplicate it too. But
we all do, bro.
Yeah.
That's a part of it, man, is thinking. I mean, I was up here, so talking about how we were listening to, like, our sets and shit. I'll tell you how many, so I've done stand-up. I have a record. I've done it about 1,000 times now.
Wow.
See, I
Yeah.
probably haven't
That's
done that.
awesome,
Not even
dude.
I've
touching
done
that.
it. So I was so on my way up here, you know, I'm getting ready for this set because I know that there's like a lot of my family's going. I was probably the most nervous I've been for a set in a year. Yeah, like a year, because my last set that I was nervous for a
Oh,
set.
so that's
at the
why the
Riot.
show was sold out.
Yeah, for real, honestly.
Half
yeah.
your
like
family,
50
half
fucking
Hado.
tickets.
Every
No,
time
I didn't
Hado
have
goes
nobody
over
there.
there.
I didn't have nobody there.
No, every time Hado goes on stage, that motherfucking family
Yes,
sold it
bro.
the fuck out.
I felt so bad, bro.
Shout out
'cause
to my family.
Hell yeah.
I felt so bad because one of the dudes was like, man, bro, you're a tough follow. I was like, bro, my aunt was the loudest one out there. Like, don't even feel bad about it, bro. Like,
She was probably one that wanted to see my Chi-Chi
she
fool.
probably was. Hey, she probably was. But on my way up here, you know, I'm preparing for I'm just trying to get ready, make sure like I have everything in my mind that I want to hit, and I'm listening to all my recordings, and it's such a tough listen to be you're driving for 7 hours and you're just going through all of them. You're like, fuck, this is terrible. You need to quit.
What was
But,
a
like-
tough listen? Oh my god.
What was that?
No, you go. My bad. I don't mean
No,
to cut you off.
that was it. It's just like you're driving, you're listening to your sets, and you're like, bro, this is bad. Like, this is really bad.
The tough listen for me was my last show that the one that I put on at Good Line. Shout out Good Line. But those new jokes I told, I was like, man, these did not fucking hit. Like there was a hot and juicy one and the tattoo one that I told. I was like, these did not fucking hit at all. And I was scared to tell them. I did them on Saturday, and I was scared. I was like, man, fuck it. Like I got to figure it out if it works or not.
Yeah.
And over there, bro, it hit, bro. Because most of it was his family, and I was rewatching it back, and everybody was just dying laughing. I was like, all right, this shit's fucking, it's funny.
Yeah.
All right, like I felt good about it after that. But when you're watching yourself bomb, bro, it's like you're like, why the fuck am I doing this shit?
But also too, so like, before I get into that, I want to ask is, you see these young guys, right? And they're totally different from you because they write shit, they work on shit, right? Does that inspire you or fuck no? Like you, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but you're just gonna keep doing you.
I'm just gonna keep doing me, dog.
Yeah.
Like I got respect for them. Like when I first seen both of them, honestly, bro, I think I'm gonna brag on myself. I think I'm a good scout of talent.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this motherfucker's funny. Because I've seen a lot where I'm like, you're funny. But I'm really like, the motherfucker ain't.
You're good.
Yeah, but I'm not going to invite you on the pod. But you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, I'm inspired by them. But, like, I'm learning, bro. I'm just going to be me, dog. Whether they like it or not, you know, people online or whatever, I'm just going to be me and just keep doing it the way I do it because that's all I know how to do.
I always say I'm a big fan of comedy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, since I was a kid, I would always run the house. And house functions, my uncles had friends, and I just pop off Def Comedy Jam shit that I fucking heard. I'm a big fan of comedy, but I always say that his style of comedy is Joey Coco Diaz, bro.
It definitely
His
is.
comedy is a fucking storytelling.
Yeah.
Storytelling comedy.
Yeah.
And that's what is. I don't think the algorithm for social media is built for Iz's style of comedy, man.
The algorithm for comedy in general is not good.
Yeah.
Unless you already have the following, then it's good. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in order to be like if you really want to be like a famous quote unquote stand-up comedian nowadays, you got to be doing something else than stand-up. You need to have a podcast. You need to be streaming. You need to be doing skits.
Or just doing
OnlyFans, bro. You need to be doing something because like just posting clips, like nobody really
wants to watch stand-up.
Yeah, nobody really does that shit, bro. Like I don't watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm being honest, I'm not scrolling down TikTok or Instagram and like pausing and watching a clip if it's somebody I don't know.
That's true.
Because there's nothing you can say to me, and this is somebody who loves stand-up, there's nothing you can say in the first 5 seconds that is going to make me be like, oh, okay, let me listen to it.
Oh, really?
For real.
There's just nothing, bro, because, like, in my mind, stand-up, and I think this is the sad reality for a lot of people right now, is, like, stand-up is so tainted in my brain that I'm like, bro, no matter what, this is going to end in, like, some, like, hacky-ass, like, just terrible joke. Like it's going to be, like, you could start it with Donald Trump, blah, blah, and then I'm like, it's going to be a joke about him dying. And then it's going to be, like, Joe Biden, blah, blah. I'm like, it's a joke about him dying. Like, I know where it's going, or I think I know where it's going, so I just don't even pay any attention to it. So I just move on.
Tell me how you really feel, dog.
Now,
Do you think that it's subconsciously in you because you don't want to think that you steal material, or that's just how you feel? Like,
nah, bro. Because my thing is, like, I try to be very, I try to be very cautious about my material and, like, just where it's coming from and, like I honestly, man, I've had moments where I'm like, fuck, like, where did I think of that? Because it's just such a good joke that I'm like, did I think of that shit? Like, is that mine? But it just comes from a point of, like, I just watch so much stand-up, bro. I watch it every day, every night. I see people go up. And I'll tell you what, like, for me, my biggest pop on social media has been a 2K video, like a video of me playing 2K26.
oh wow,
That was the big.
Not even
I got 10,000
stand-up,
likes.
like,
No,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah, same. Like my skits, they'll get like 10 to 20K, but my stand-up gets like 500.
Yeah.
views.
It's just
Yeah.
hard for, and I think it's to y'all's point earlier. We were talking about like attention spans. Like, it's not like
Nobody wants to watch a
nah,
2-minute joke.
Well,
it's tough.
I think also like what works against me, bro, is like I watch stand-up clips,
Yeah.
but I'll admit I even do it. Like if it's somebody with like fucking laugh something in the background, like the actual comedy club, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
If it's me, fucking fat ass motherfucker in a fucking chair in front of me, I'll be like, skip. I skip my own shit, bro.
did you ever watch the skit where he was laying down?
No, but I'd love to watch that. Sounds funny.
This
I was
motherfucker
there. I
did
was
a whole
there.
fucking set
Yeah,
laying
laying
down.
down. Yeah, I was there at that
My
one.
knees hurt, so I just laid on the fucking stage, bro. I just fucking.
I thought that was
like,
genius,
I'm the
bro.
first lay down
That
comic.
is funny.
Because you're scrolling, you're like, what the fuck?
Laid
Who the
back-
fuck
laid
is
back
this
comedy.
laying down
And then I
telling
just-
comedy?
And then I just went on to talk about stabbing my brother's dad.
That's so fun. See,
But
that's hilarious.
that's one thing I think. Like I
That's
think at the
so
open mics, you should go out there and fuck around
Yeah.
and have mental notes of what like hits and what doesn't. And I think for shows,
Yeah.
you should write. You know, like
No, I agree, bro.
I
Yeah.
like because bro, you are funny, but sometimes like even in my jokes, like the one about the tattoo that I have, I noticed that the first part of it was just too long.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, okay, I need to refine that first part because the last part it's laugh, 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 but the first part is just like I kind of drag it. You know what I mean? And so I think like you can go fuck around at the open mics and just see what get laughs, but then like, cause you record everything, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then just go back in and take it in for like shows. Cause I remember both of the live podcasts that you did for JP. You tell that one where you what is it? It's you took over the lease.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you did.
Yeah.
Bro,
I did
that's such a
I did
funny
throwback.
ass joke, bro. And like it killed at the first one and it killed at the second one.
Yeah.
And like that just tells me that like you're not probably writing on paper, but you remember
I
what
remember
you
it,
did.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I think you should like just even if you just jot down the bullet points, like and have it structured somewhat instead of like just kind of like freestyling it. Because when you freestyle, it's like you don't know what really gonna fucking
Yeah, I'm making it up when I'm fucking
exactly.
like and shit.
But I think like if you even just bullet point it down, bro, like it would fucking kill, bro.
But I'm gonna be honest, man. I think the difference, and this is just me being completely honest, because I met you guys. Like I said, I'm really a fan of you guys. The difference is I'm fucking lazy, bro.
Dude,
Like,
that's
for
what
real.
I'm-
Like I
I
don't
feel
fucking.
that, bro.
If it feels like work, I don't want to fucking. Like,
Nah, I feel you.
so that's why I don't take a lot of shows.
No, but like I
'cause
told
I'm
you before,
man,
like
fuck
before,
it.
That's valid.
I'm being honest, bro.
That
I'm
takes
not trying to be
effort?
funny. Yeah, because I'm like, open mic, I just
not
don't
mad
say
at it,
whatever the
bro.
fuck pops in my head. But then, like, if somebody's paying, I don't want to go and just make shit up.
Yeah.
But I don't want to put in the work either.
But that's what I'm saying. Like earlier
Yeah.
too, like what I said earlier, I was like, for me, putting the pen to paper is so fucking hard for me to do. But sometimes you have to just force yourself. Like,
Yeah.
turn your phone off. Like, all right, I need to fucking sit here and focus and write this shit.
Nah, yeah.
And then as you're writing it, you'll start like paying attention to it a little bit more because you're putting it down and it slows down the process of it.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, this is funny. This is not funny. Like, okay, I can change this out, or I can, put something funny right here.
Nah,
So,
you-
like, it matters a lot,
You true,
bro.
because my wife is on me about this. She's
Yeah.
like, you gonna be a fucking rapper or not?
Well, that's what I said. We'll put a pin in it and come back to it. But also, that's what I wanted to get back to it. Haro, you said my live shows, like you fucking killed at my live shows, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that you just didn't, your crowd wasn't there before, and then at my
for
show
sure.
you finally
100%.
found your crowd?
And that's the hard thing about Lubbock, like because I asked him earlier, I asked Jordan earlier, like, how are the open mics there? He's like, they're good. I was like, but over at open mic, bro, it's half of them's comics, so they're like going through their own shit in their own head, which I mean, I do the same thing. And you have like two people that are just like, they're just there, bro. They're just fucking there. They're like, they're not there to
Yeah.
see comedy. They're just kind of in the fucking room.
Jordan, what pisses me off about our open mics, because I go to several of them, it just seems like there's no camaraderie, man. It seems like,
Yeah.
but I'm telling you that because I wonder if every city's like that. Like, it just seems like people are there to do their 5 minutes and then bounce. Like, they don't care to support or stay or, I don't know. To me, that's weird, but maybe it's not weird
I'll tell
for
you what.
comics.
I'll tell you what, the only city I've ever been to and done stand-up in where it was required that every comic stay and watch is New York. When I was doing some shows
That's
and
good.
some open mics in New York, they would make you stay. They'd be like, man, if you leave, you're banned from this mic forever, point blank
Hell
period. Now, that being said, in Houston, and I mean, to your point here in Lubbock, I think it's just the fact that, we're humans, bro. We click up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you mesh with the people you like, and you kind of like, man, I'm gonna do my shit. I'm gonna watch my homie, and then who the fuck are these people? Why do I
Yeah.
give a fuck? Because I'm guilty of that personally. Like there are genuinely some people where I'm just like, I'm in Houston, and I'm like, I would die before I have to watch this shit again.
And I think too, it's just the natural competition of things. Like, you always kind of want to be the funniest person.
That's one thing in Houston. I don't think there's much of that, man. And I think it's because there's such a large amount of stand-up comics and just different types of comics I mean, you can have. So I've always described comedy as music, and different styles of comedy as genres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But before we get there,
Right.
I get everything you're saying. Sorry, man. My
No,
wife had
please.
to bring me some bourbon.
Hey,
I
man.
only got one beer.
Yeah.
Before we get there, I get what you're saying, man. I
But
get
can
it.
you
I
repeat
get
it?
Yeah.
like fuck these people or whatever.
Yeah.
But like these fools are also doing what you want to do. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like,
for sure.
I figured there would be at least a taste of just camaraderie and be like, let me.
I think for
Okay, because if you're opening in the open mic,
For
right,
sure.
everyone's there.
yeah.
Yeah.
But also too, if you're like number 8 and everyone's gone,
Yeah.
you're like, well, fuck me, right? Like I'm just performing to this 3 assholes that decided to stay.
To that, I would say is like, at least whenever I was coming up, and I'm still coming up. Don't get me wrong. So it's like, I would show up 30 minutes early before the open mic list even came out, which is an hour before the open mic even starts, to sign up first. So it's like, how bad do you want it to be the first
Yeah.
person? If you think you're good enough, you need to be the first person there to sign up.
I get what you're saying.
And hurdle, just jump over that entire hurdle.
I get what
because
you're
you're not going to change. If there's 10, 15 people on the open mic list, and I've seen a Lubbock open mic list, there's like 10 people on it. If there's 10 people on the shit, you're not going to, unless they like you, unless they're friends with you, you're not going to convince them to stay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Then, but that also goes back to what we were saying at the beginning of the conversation, where it's like, being a likable person goes a lot further than being the
Yeah.
funniest person in the room. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing is, I could know is the funniest person at the open mic, but maybe I don't like Iz for whatever reason, and I'm like, why the fuck do I want to watch him? Like, I'll move. I already did my shit.
Yeah,
I already
yeah.
watched Huddle go up. I'm good. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of nuance to that conversation. Do I think it's right? No, I do think that as comedians, as people who are practicing the same skill and art form, we should stick together. But that being said, is like that attitude is bleeding into every other aspect of stand-up comedy. Is like, you talk to the old heads or you talk to people who are successful today, and you ask them like, man, how did you make your material so sharp? How did you get to where you need to be? A lot of them will tell you, man, me and my friends used to just riff and bounce
Yeah.
ideas off of each other. I would have a joke, they would tag it up. They would come to me at the end of the open mic, hey man, I think that this would go really good where you said this
Okay.
or that.
Yeah, yeah.
There's not really much of that anymore.
And see, I do that for people. Like I'll hear something that they say. I'm like, and like I think something in my head right after they say it. And I'm like, dude, you should. I tell them, I go, like, hey, you should fucking say this after that. Whether they take it or not, I don't know. But because like same thing. Like when you asked in high school, like I'm just like I go say hi to everybody. Like I'll listen. I'll try and stay and listen to everybody. But the same thing. Like I'll go up there and I'll just like, cause I think I asked Tommy if him and Sam would try together. And he said no, and I was like, why not, dude? Like y'all fucking.
Yeah.
Y'all seem like a power team. Like y'all should write together,
Yeah,
bro.
for
Like
sure.
you should like hey, you need to take this out, like because it's kind of like draggy or
Yeah, for
Shout
sure.
out to them, man.
Yeah, no, shout out to y'all fools.
because their growth from where I like was introduced to their comedy to where they are now, like they've came a long
Yeah.
way,
You
a
know,
long fucking way.
in Houston, man, there's a guy, his name is Mason James. He was just on Kevin Hart's Funniest Thing, and like, this dude is the guy. He's the guy in Houston, man. Like, hands down the guy. I was talking to the homie Jeff Joe about him, and Jeff was saying like, man, like, like Mason started in my rooms, and he was like, but you know how I knew Mason was gonna make it? Because him and one of his other homies, who was just as funny as him, his name was Connor, just as funny as Mason, they would go and they would write. They would do the open mic in front of however many people, and then right after the sets, they would go to the back and write together. And they would talk to each other about what they're, and even before they went up, they would go and they'd say, okay, this is how we're going to do this, blah, blah.
Oh,
They
wow.
planned it out. They did it, right? I'm not doing that. A lot of people, nobody's
Yeah, I'm
doing
not doing that either.
But now look at him. Now Mason's on fucking Netflix, Kevin Hart's, whatever the fuck it is.
Well, that
and-
doesn't necessarily mean you made it though. I had a homeboy that brought a Netflix comedian to Lubbock, and that fool was whack.
Would you bleep it out? Would you bleep it out if I asked to?
We already
I mean-
told you. I showed you earlier.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. fair
Look, I
enough,
gotta
that's
be
fine.
honest, man. I was really pumped because this dude was on Netflix.
Yeah.
My homeboy is fucking hosting this show. It's gonna be badass.
Right.
And then, womp womp womp. You're like, man, come on, bro.
But I'll also say is like one thing that I have learned from a lot of these comedians, and it sucks to hear this, man, because I think it's kind of the same thing. Remember how I was telling you earlier that I did a show in front of like 5 people, and it was me and my homies, and we were kind of just drinking, just fucking around in the green room, not taking the show seriously at all, because we've been doing bigger rooms, we've been doing bigger shows, and you just take shit like that for granted as you progress in your career. And the host came and told us, like, man, if this was 2 years ago, y'all wouldn't be fucking off. Y'all be in y'all's book. Like, what are y'all gonna go up and say about? But y'all be trying to kill. And we were like, man, we don't give a fuck. Like, we do this shit every night. Like, I do shows in front of 100 people plus. Like
I've been kicked out of nicer places.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think sadly, I think that mindset just continues to carry. And this isn't to give him a pass at all, because it's fucked up. You know, you're being brought in to do a show. You need to do what you're supposed to do and handle business. But I'm sure that
I
same
paid that
mindset
motherfucker good money.
off.
He better
I'm sure that mindset is still there, right? Because, like, you know, for this show, for example, I'm like preparing for it. This is the most I prepared for a show in a minute, and I still went up there nervous. This is the most nervous I've been in like a year, like I said. But I was preparing for it. Now, in 2-3 years, if that becomes a norm for me, who knows? Maybe I take it for granted one day.
Maybe.
Hopefully I don't, you know. But we're all human at the end of the day, and it's kind of like, it's just with anything, bro. It's like if I'm sure if you got like the most famous rapper in the world, like if you got Drake, and when he was starting out, if he was selling out 50 ticket shows or whatever the fuck, he cherished those moments. But if you put Drake in front of 50 people now, he'd probably just be like, I don't give a fuck.
Like, I don't know if it's a young thing. Maybe not, because Iz is close to my age, but
why
you know, Iz
He's a YN.
Why not?
YN.
we got that YN mindset. But Iz just said it. Like, if it's work, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Bro,
sure.
if it's work, I want to fucking do it, dude.
Yeah.
I want to put in the work, and like, I want to be that fucking diamond in the rough and prove everyone, like, fuck you, you said I couldn't do it. And look, I did it.
For sure.
I don't know if that's a young mindset or old mindset, or if it's just individuality, but
I
bro,
think it's individuals, man. In my opinion, I think it's individuals.
it's just the
'cause-
thing that gets me, man, is like, if you're paying for anything that I offer, because I'm a photographer, bro, and if I could just do podcasting and photography full time, the passion is there. Like, the passion is fucking there. I'll go do a 15-minute photo shoot, which is $150, bro. But guarantee you, man, you're gonna get all my fucking effort. You know what I mean? Like, you're never gonna be like, man, this shit sucks. I wasted money on this dude.
Yeah.
You'll never get that out of me, bro.
And see, I can kind of contest to that, because with the videography, I got burnt out with that. And like, when I was going to weddings, I would never act like it. Like, I would always be there and, like, you know, help everybody out and do shit like that. But when it came time to like edit and shit like that, I was like, I don't want to fucking do this shit.
Yeah.
But, you know, but when I was face to face with people, I was there like 100%. You know what I mean? I was like, no, we'll get this done.
Yeah.
Like, and I'll do everything. I'm there for them. But once it came down to editing, I'm like, I do this shit all the time. Like, it's just fucking boring now.
No.
You know what I mean? So like, I can contest to that. But
I think you know, burnout's normal, man.
Yeah.
Burnout is anything. Like, I get burned out with stand up, bro. Like, the longest I've ever really taken off from the shit though was like a week, where I just didn't go out for like a week, and I just had to like put myself up and just like reset. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's good. I think that the reset is important, man, because if you don't have that reset, you kind of just start to not enjoy it as much. You even start to resent it a little bit. You know,
Really?
like, yeah, man.
I think it's
like,
with anything though.
yeah, it's with
with
anything,
anything.
bro. Especially if you're not like here's the God honest truth. Like, somebody like me, I have to really work for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I was naturally funny enough to where I could go up and smile and
But let me tell you my mindset
know.
for me working hard.
yeah.
My mindset for me working hard is, God, I prayed for this.
Yeah.
You're right.
And you're
yeah.
giving me this.
True.
For sure.
You're giving me this path, and I'm like, that's my mindset. It's like,
Right.
I prayed for it, I want it, now I got to do the work.
But
For
so,
sure.
I don't mean I don't want to work for
No,
it.
no, no,
bro.
no.
No, but
no.
this is like, I just
I'm
want
not
to be
trying-
like,
I'm just telling you my thought process behind it.
I just want to be like Pretty Woman and get discovered off the street.
Don't we all, brother?
He's looking for a
Don't we all?
sugar daddy, is what he's saying.
I mean, shit, man. Like, yeah, dude. That really is what it comes down to, though. Is like, you got to just recalibrate and you got to put in the work, bro. You can't escape the work. You know, in my day job, I was talking to like a liquor store owner. It's so funny, man. I was talking to him, and I was trying to get him to buy some of my shit, and he was like, He was
High
like,
quality
Jordan.
shit.
Nah, for real.
Here's-
He-
what do you sell?
I got this comedy, man.
I sell like vodka and shit. I got this comedy, man. Let me tell you, 15 minutes. I got
these 5 grams of comedy, man.
but I told his ass.
for $10.
I told his ass, man. I was like, man, just hook me up with blah 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 blah. And he was like, Jordan, every time you come in here, you swing for a home run, man. Like, he was like, bro, like you gotta. He was like, I'll give you a little spot on my
Hey,
shelf,
bunt, motherfucker.
Yeah, really, he was telling me. He was
Take
like,
a walk,
he was
shit.
like, he was like, I'll give you a spot on my shelf, but he was like, man, you come in here, be like, let me get 5-10 cases, and I'm like, bro, cuz like, I'm trying to swing for it, but he's like, bro, you gotta just. He was like, you gotta just put in the work for it. Like, he's like, I need to see you up here, blah 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 blah. And
So do you
that's
get
fair.
Buffalo Trace at all?
you know what's crazy? I actually used to work for Sazerac at Buffalo
Oh,
Trace.
okay.
I did. No, I was like the
bro,
liquor rep. It was crazy.
If after this, I'll show you my living room. My wife is so
Bro.
pissed because she's like, our house looks like a fucking fraternity house, man. I've probably got
Hell
like
yeah.
at least 300 bottles of bourbon in that motherfucker.
Bro, I used to sell
They
it.
all taste
yeah.
the same. No, I'm
I used
kidding.
to sell
No,
it.
it don't,
I'm just playing. I'm playing. No, don't be my ass.
I'm very big in the bourbon game, bro.
Yeah. I'm about to hook you up. I'll hook you up with some. If I can get you some. Because one of my best
And
friends.
I'm a photographer.
Yeah.
Dude, I loved Instagram back in the day.
Yeah.
These
Not the same
motherfucking companies would send me free shit and just be
It's
like,
badass.
put our shit on your story, and then
Badass.
fucking TikTok lifted off, and then Instagram wanted to be fucking reels now, and dude, I got booted
Really?
the fuck out.
Dog, you know,
Damn, bro.
can I just jump in real quick? What
Yeah.
pissed me off about TikTok? There's a fat, hairy motherfucker on there that pops up on my shit selling like Spanx for men. And I'm like, bitch, how come they couldn't give me that fucking, like, the
Hey,
fuck, man?
buy some
Like,
and then start promoting
you
it.
know, in front of dude look just like me and shit. Hey guys, I got this Spanx for men. I'm like, man, I could have sold that shit, man.
Okay, you
Man.
could go
Hey,
either
we're
one
on
or two
on
ways,
stage one
bro.
day.
You could go either one or two ways. You can copy his shit and be the
Copy.
great value, or
Copy.
be the high end of that. You know what I mean? You can either surpass him or be right below him.
I was just saying.
But
I'm
either
like,
way, it pays, motherfucker.
trying to figure out how you get that gig, man. Like, the fuck,
You
man?
can see Iz's videos on the floor.
Well, I got my commercial for no lip dick.
Blue
Medication, dog. Come on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. I used to know when all the Glacier drops were at all the stores.
Yeah.
I used to know all the mom and
Pull
pops
up on 'em.
motherfuckers,
Yeah.
bro. I used to write down names of fucking bourbons for
Yeah.
these assholes, and then like a year later they're charging like $700,
Crazy,
and I'm
huh?
like, bro, you didn't even fucking know what fucking Elmer T. Lee was, asshole. And
real.
yeah, so yeah.
That is
OG.
crazy, man.
OG.
Man, bro. Yeah, the liquor game and all that shit is pretty nuts, man. That shit is that shit's stressful, bro. People aren't drinking nowadays.
No.
I think it's
Yeah.
just crazy. Like,
I heard that.
Yeah,
I
liquor
heard
is
that
down,
Gen
like-
Z.
That's your
is-
fault, fool.
it's crazy.
It's all your
It's
fault.
not, it is, bro. It's fucking nuts, man. Like, people just aren't drinking anymore. And I think that you see that shit kind of translate to comedy a little bit. Kind of bring it back to that is like, crowds just aren't as raunchy and loud, and like people don't go out for that shit no more. People don't go out to get fucked up and embarrass themselves. People go out to like
Social.
present.
So
you
in
know?
the comedy game,
yeah,
you always heard through podcasting and like stand up that like they got a cut from the bar.
yeah.
Is that check lessening that you
So-
can think of because no one's drinking?
I think that's a good question to ask a showrunner, if I'm being honest with you. Just because I'm always like, I'm the hired gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are like, yo, I got X amount of money for, I got $100, 15-minute spot, pull up. And then I don't hear any conversation about the bar, the door.
Something like that.
Now, that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. I've heard of clubs having to move locations because the bar that they're in is like, kind of pressing on them pretty hard about the bar and shit like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, man, but I don't know, dude. When it comes to stand-up, I really try to just...
Worry about your shit.
Yeah, at least for right now, because, there will come a time where I am going to try to do my own shows, and I think I could do it now. It's just, I just know I'm not ready for it. And not in the terms of I couldn't, like, host or I couldn't do it, more in the terms of, like, I'm not mature enough for it, because if you come to my show and fuck around, I'm going to get mad. You know what I'm saying? I am going to be like, bro, don't disrespect my show.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
I think
Like,
you should
do
do that
shit for
anyways.
somebody else.
You know
For
what I
sure.
mean? Like,
For sure.
Because you got to stand on your own shit. Like, if you're gonna fuck up my show, like, you got to let them know.
Yeah,
You
You know
for
what
sure.
I mean? Like, regardless, like, I think that's actually the best probably attribute to have, to be like,
I
you know, you got to
just-
take this shit serious because you put your time and effort into setting that shit up, and if somebody come and fuck it up, that's not right.
Because that's one thing about me, man, is I'll never go and like I'll have a show where I just don't give a fuck, or I'll just kind of like, you know, I'll do my shit that I'm working on. That's my idea of I don't give a fuck about the show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my shit that I'm gonna do my opener. I'm gonna fill the middle with shit that I'm working on,
shit.
and I'll do my closer. That way, at least we start on a laugh, we end on a laugh. Everybody goes home happy. It is what it is.
Bro, my son went to San Antonio to see Sam Morril,
yeah.
and he said that he's on stage with his fucking book.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Like, he's up on stage with his book, and he's like, all right, let me try this one.
I believe it.
And I guess for people that are not a fan of comedy, be like, what the fuck is this? When he told me that, I was like, dude, that's
Pretty
fucking
cool, huh?
badass,
It's
man.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So working out the new shit.
I would love to see some shit like that.
So I'm gonna get up with the fucking coloring book.
Yeah.
All right, this,
Like,
look at this one to
That
try.
would actually be the funniest shit ever. If you're just like, let me try this new shit, and you just like coloring the page. You're like, all right, no, all right, let me go to this next one. Let me go to this next one real quick.
Tell your
Yo,
stories while you do
anybody
that.
got a pink in this bitch? I need a pink.
Hell yeah.
Do you think that you're a better host than a comedian? Like, in your mind? Because I think that you're a fucking great comic, right?
Yeah.
But in your mind, are you better at hosting?
I think my freestyle works better with the hosting than like doing the open mic freestyle. Because the freestyle, like I said, you know, I'm over there kind of just going off the dome, making
Yeah.
shit up. Where if you notice when I host, I kind of piggyback off some of your jokes.
It's just,
I'll
I've
add
always
to
wanted
it.
to ask you because
Yeah.
you're a great friend of mine and I think you're funny, but I always wanted to ask you if you felt some type of way that I've had you host my shows rather than be on my shows.
No, I kind of just, I like trying different
I'm just
shit.
happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here because they tell me to. No, like I said though, like even at the open mics, if I go like say like Selena, she did a joke one time that some dude was sending her dick pics with the Roku fucking remote and shit,
Yeah.
like whatever. So like I didn't have nothing to think about. So as soon as I walked up, I was like, "Fuck you, Selena. That was supposed to be between us." You know, like I noticed I do that with the hosting. I'll kind of work off of your joke to kind of like throw back to it, do a little side on it, and then make some shit up.
Yeah.
And I noticed I liked it. That's a kind of a good little vibe. Whereas, like I said, open mics, I'm just kind of just making up whatever the fuck.
I've always wondered how you felt because on my next live show, I don't know if you would want to host it or be on it. You know what I mean?
I just
You're
gotta,
most definitely going to be a part of it.
well, and then honestly, like for real too, bro. Like I said, I turned down more people offering me to do shows because, like I said, I mean, I'm just not in the headspace to do the work. So if you're gonna pay to see me, I need to be polished.
Yeah.
But right now, I could just fuck around on the open mic. So I think when I get in that headspace and I start taking it a little more serious, I guess, then I'll be like, all right, let me do some shows rather than just freestyling and riffing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I want to be respectful to the audience. And like you said,
yeah.
bro, like if you were to say, come do a show, I need to be prepared for that shit. Because I don't want to fuck up your show.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is. And like I said, you know, I know I got 7 kids and stressing the fuck out. So I ain't got time to really be putting into the comedy. So I think that's why I also freestyle, because I don't have to think about shit. I just go and make that shit up while I'm there.
Makes sense.
You know, so that's where I'm at right now, comedy-wise.
Did you enjoy hosting, Haro?
A little bit, because it's fun, but it put a lot of pressure on me. And then, like I said, I put a lot of pressure on myself because I was telling you jokes because everybody that was there already heard my fucking jokes already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, the pressure of putting on the, like, writing new shit, and then kind of like, it didn't like completely bomb, but it still like bombed. I didn't enjoy that. No.
So do you think that your next show you won't host? You'll just...
I probably not. Well, I think the open mic I'm a host, but I think I'm just gonna bring people. I'll probably do like a 5-minute set, and then I'll just bring people up after that. But no, it's just too much pressure on my end, and it's probably just me because I just don't want to say. I don't want to repeat my shit that everybody's already heard before.
I gotta tell you, Jordan, when you're a kid, you're like, I can't go up in a group in front of the group or the crowd and blah, blah, blah. And you always hear like, imagine everyone in their underwear or whatever.
Yeah.
And the few times that I've been up in front of a crowd and I did host Iz's roast, dude, it was like a natural thing to me, man.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm running open mic. Sign up.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
old,
not
man.
nothing
That's
to
old.
like being comedic, but
Just being
It
in
is
front of people.
comedic,
Yeah.
bro. It is.
You know, honestly, man, one thing about me is I think that is one thing that that was like a comedic skill, not necessarily a comedic skill, but something that I came into from the jump was like I never had trouble being in front of crowds. Like I remember when I was growing up,
it
man.
wasn't even a thought for me, bro.
Yeah, it's and I think that's one thing that is big for comedians to get over. Some people really do fucking burn up under the lights, man. And you know, I'll have my moments from time to time where I'm like, fuck, this fucking I'm sweating up here, but like it's definitely not something that ever really gets to me. There are guys, I know guys who will bomb. They'll bomb at an open mic and then they will not come out for a week, 2 weeks because they're so shook up from it. And I'm like, I'll bomb at an open mic, drive 10 minutes down the road, bomb at another one, drive 20 minutes down the road, do good at that one and sleep good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck. And on top of that, man, it's like, man, I remember growing up, I used to try to like dance and shit. And one of
You really
my
wanted to be cool.
dog, I wanted to be so Jabberwocky. I remember fourth grade talent show. Bro, fourth grade talent show. I swear to God, I was jerking on. I was jerking at the talent
I
show.
had a crunk battle.
I swear, and I'll never forget, man. I had got I got like the white mask. Who are the motherfuckers that used to wear
Jabberwockies.
Jabberwockies?
Yeah.
Me and my homie, my white homie Keegan. Shout out to him. We had got the Jabberwocky
You didn't have to wear a
mask.
mask.
And I remember, he didn't have to wear that. I remember we did a whole routine where like he was a robot and I was like the conductor of the robot. We were dancing and like in hindsight, I remember just like the whole shit being silent. You just heard our feet squeaking.
Sound like a basketball game with nobody watching.
And I'm just
Basketball game in the pandemic.
Afterwards, we hit the little pose back to back. We think we look fresh and shit. And then I remember like growing up too, man. Like we would go to weddings, bro, and I would like. Bro, don't let them play Michael Jackson at a wedding. I swear to God, I'm moonwalking. I don't give a fuck. I'm hitting the Thriller and shit. So I never was like.
You were the one that was in the middle of circles at the quinceañeras.
Yes, bro. I really was, bro. Didn't give a fuck. I'll be panting, go to another hoe like mine. I'll be like, "What's up? You like that? You like that was
Bro,
fresh?"
and that's because
You
I
know what
always
I'm
thought that. I
saying?
was like, man, that dude's probably getting hella hoes right now. The fucking dancing
I
in
got
the
no
middle of
hoes,
it.
bro.
Everybody.
I got no hoes from it, bro. I remember this
I'm
one
thinking like, I
time.
wish I could dance. Bro.
Dude, I kid you not. I had forgot I did any of that shit until I remember I went on a Tinder date when I must have been like a freshman in college, but I came back for the summer. It was a whole thing. when
People
COVID was
date on
here.
Tinder?
Hell
I
yeah.
thought they just fuck on
I'm
Tinder.
a lover.
We
boy,
gotta
bro.
start
I
off
make
with the
love,
date.
bro. I'm a lover. But I remember I matched with this girl I had a crush on in elementary school, and we went to Orlando's off of Indiana. And I remember like in the middle of our date, she brought that shit up. She was like, "Do you remember when you like danced in front of the
Oh,
whole
shit.
school?" And I was like, I felt like I had a flashback because I had blocked that shit.
Oh, you're
in
a
my memory.
fan.
I was like.
You're a fan.
Dude, I almost choked on the meatball. I was like, "Oh, what the fuck? Hold up."
Pride Month.
I was tripping, bro. Happy Pride, bro. Happy Pride for real. Nah, but that shit had me shook, man. I remember that, and then I just remember being like, yeah, I guess that was me. So I guess my point is, I never really been afraid of crowds, man. Never
You
been
had
afraid of
groupies,
acting
bro.
a fool myself. Ah, shit, I wish, bro.
It wasn't even a thought for me, bro.
And
I don't know if it just I didn't give it the time or the effort to think about it, but it wasn't even a thought, and it was natural just going up in front of everybody. And
that's important for something like this, bro. Like, I mean, I think just when you're trying to be a creative person, one of the most important things and skills you can develop is the skill and the confidence of not caring what anybody thinks, what anybody has to say, how anybody feels, because you're never gonna have a 100% hit rate. You know what I'm saying? Like, that goes for stand up, for podcasting, for music,
being an influencer, period.
whatever you
Yeah.
want to do, man. Like, you're never gonna have everybody behind you.
Yeah.
And that's okay, because as long as you're willing to put yourself out there and try to get some shit going, like, you will have a great, you'll be able to put together a good 5 minutes, and with time you'll be able to put together 10, and then 15, and then 20, and then same thing with podcasting. Like, you will have a great diamond in the rough episode where you're like, yo, that was an amazing conversation, and I can clip this and I can
Yeah,
put it
yeah,
out.
yeah.
And it just builds my audience. Or music, if you're making music, you're gonna put out a lot of shitty music, but you're gonna have a couple songs that somebody's gonna like it.
I
You know
know
what I'm saying?
that made me feel good. Kimothy. I don't know if you're familiar with K-Lo.
I think I met him like
So
once.
he once told me, he's like, God damn, dude, I'm getting tired of seeing you on the fucking internet. But I thought that was a compliment because,
is.
bro, like you got to put your shit out all the
Yeah.
time. You got to be consistent because I don't want, my biggest fucking dream is to make this a brand.
Yeah.
And how am I gonna make this a brand when you only see me once a week?
little bit, yeah.
Or you know, oh yeah, I seen that dude a few months ago. Type of shit.
100%.
That's how I'm with
100%.
stand up too. It's like, how the fuck can I branch if I only perform in Lubbock, Texas?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Lubbock,
Like
Texas?
Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I try to get out there, like, just even past the West Texas region. Like, I need to get out there, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, and all that. So,
I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's all up to you, bro. It's all up to you to make some shit happen, man. Like, you know, with anything, nobody's gonna be a bigger advocate for you than yourself. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that's
So,
facts.
and you know, that's one thing I'm learning is like, you know, I have homies that have put me on and shit. My boy Elias, my boy Christian, like my boy Onkar. These guys have put me on to a ton of shit and have hooked me up with spots, but that's not gonna be forever. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, you have to be like, man, I need to go talk to people for myself. I need to go and say like, man, like, put me on because I'm here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
So.
it's not begging.
It's not begging. No, it's you being proud of your work.
Yeah, and putting yourself out
and
there.
Putting yourself out there, exactly. You know, trying to make something happen, bro. Because at the end of the day, you know, what else do you got? You know, whenever it comes to shit like this, all you have is the material you got. All you got is the work you put into it. And I mean, if it's good enough, it's good enough. If it's not, it's not. But you need to find out. You know what
Every
I'm saying?
vacation, bro. Every vacation I take, I wear my own merch.
Yeah. That's
all
good.
the fucking time, dude. And I can see how people be like, man, this fool. But bro, if I'm not wearing my own shit,
Nobody's
like
promoting
who the
you.
fuck is
Yep.
promoting me
Yeah.
if it ain't me?
That's facts.
100%.
That's what I do. I wear my shirt. That little fucking I do comedy. Fucking I wear that bitch every time.
Hell yeah. There you go, man. I mean, that's important, bro. That's so important. And
Yeah,
a lot
you
of
gotta-
people miss that shit, man.
But shout out to you though, bro.
Thank you, bro. I
Because I
appreciate
remember I told you I got not discovered. Fucking what the hell am I trying
got
to say?
recognized.
Yeah, I got recognized
it. Yeah.
at the Ralph Barbosa show. I was like,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Like,
hell yeah.
that homeboy came up to me. I was
Who
like,
recognized you?
one of the
my
openers.
homeboy Brandon.
Oh, Brandon. Oh, yeah.
Homeboy Brandon, he's sorry as fuck.
It was just
Should not
crazy.
be opening for Ralph Barbosa.
But-
I hope he watches this podcast. I talk to him like once an hour every month. I'm like, you know, you should not be opening for him, right? And he's like, I know. I'm
Just to
like,
remind you,
like,
you
you
suck.
suck. Like, you really are not good.
That's funny.
But
I'm only
Hado
partly
has one
joking.
of my favorite stories,
Yeah.
like period, when he met
Felipe?
Felipe and he
yeah.
was like, oh yeah, you're the barber? You know what I mean?
Nice.
I was being annoying as fuck, though. Like, I was messaging him, sending him a bunch of clips. And,
But like,
yeah,
like
he
we're
saw it,
saying,
yeah.
if we're not promoting ourselves, then who the fuck
That's right,
is?
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
And he fucking knew you.
Yeah, because because we had to pay for the meet and greet because I wanted to talk to him. And, like,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to go last. Like, I want to get there and get my time with them.
Yep.
And so he did it. And then we take a picture of me. He signed him. He's like, what was your name? He's like, Hado. He's like, oh, the barber. And I was like, this motherfucker? I was like, yeah. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I saw your stuff. He's like, you're funny, bro, but you just need to, like, he's like, you need to work on your, like, delivery and stuff like that. And I was like, which that's good. You know, it's good advice. 'Cause at that
feedback,
point,
bro.
it was like
Yeah.
a year ago. I wasn't where I'm at now. You know what I mean? So
You know, there's always stuff you can work on, man.
Oh,
I
for sure, for
it's-
sure.
There's always things you can work on, man. I mean, there's
Yeah, but you can see that either two ways. Either fuck you,
Yeah,
or you can be like, oh yeah, he's schooling me on some shit.
there's
But
one
even-
comedian I'll say fuck you to, but I won't say his name. I'll tell you later. But because like I tell you, I'll message people just blindly hoping to get something, and then so I messaged this guy and he never said anything. But then later on, it was probably like a month later. He was on a podcast. He's like, yeah, these new comics will hit me up and like ask me for spots. He's like, I don't know you, bro. Like he's like, ask me to come do work. Ask me for something like this. He's like, how do you expect me to do something when I don't know you? And I was like, but yeah, other comics, big time comics, have given me a chance when they didn't fucking know me either.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's
I'm
some
like,
George Lopez shit.
yes,
though,
bro, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I'm like, dude, like, I live in Lubbock, Texas, bro. Like, I don't fucking live
Yeah.
in Houston, San Antonio, where I can have the opportunity to go and meet your ass. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm trying to do this from the fucking backyard when the fucking, like, I live 500 miles away from you. Like, what else do you expect
That's
me
just
to
some
do?
hater shit, bro.
Like, I'll tell you who it is later, but I was like, I felt something type of way, and I'm sure I'm the only one that did that.
bro.
No, it wasn't Renee Vaca. It wasn't Renee Vaca. He's a Texas comic, but
I'm still,
me
I'll tell
ask-
you later.
I'm still waiting on Ali.
Ali.
Let me ask
Dude,
your
I
feelings
got
on my thought process on something, bro. So I don't like Renee Vaca. I
Right.
just don't. I don't like his style. I don't like. But I'll tell you
I like
this.
you, Renee,
I tell
sorry.
you this, like legit. I'm paying good, hard-earned money to sit front row or whatever to, like you said, be the first to get those tickets and sit front row, right? And I'm there to show support and shit, right? And then I become a part of your show and you're calling my wife a bitch. You know what I mean? I fucking
Yeah.
hate that, dude.
I'm not a fan of that either, man. I mean, it's like, you know, there's a time and place for it, but remember how I was saying earlier, there's comedy genres, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, he has his own thing that I think if you're buying tickets to a Renee Vaca show,
You know what the show is.
you have to know, like, this is what I signed up for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's just the reality of the situation is like, because I've seen people complain about him specifically as well, and it's like, well, how did you find him? Did you find him on Instagram where he was doing the same thing as somebody else?
Yeah.
Because if he was doing the same thing as somebody else, you thought it was funny enough to say, well, fuck, I want to
Well,
buy
that's the thing
tickets.
too. Is I saw him way early, and I
Got
was
you,
like,
got
"Oh,
you,
this
got
dude's
you.
cool."
Yeah.
Because I saw him through.
Did this
Ken
really
Flores. No.
Oh,
no,
okay,
no.
okay, gotcha.
No, I saw him through Ken Flores, right?
Yeah.
And then they turned out to be best friends, and then I was turned on to him, and I was like, "Oh, this dude's funny" or whatever. And then he just turned his show into, "Hey, this bitch,
He
bitch,
did.
bitch."
Yeah,
But what that
shit.
does is like that gives them clips to post, which gains more
Which
attention.
makes him money.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing about, you know, Renee, it sucks, man, because, like, whenever it was, like, him, Ralph, Ken, those were the three guys, and then Ken passed away and kind of killed everything off, but I thought Renee was the funny. I thought it was Renee, Ken, and then Ralph, man.
Yeah, because I
And
loved his shit when he was
Like
talking
his
about he
jokes,
thought he was
man.
Arab and his
Yeah.
dad like whooping
so
his
funny,
ass,
bro.
But then it turned into just every
Roast
clip was,
show.
"Hey, bitch,
Yeah.
bitch," and kiss this bitch, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
I think I could take Renee in a versus, bro. My material,
Set it up.
my
Let's
material
set it up.
versus his material.
Hell yeah.
I know his
I think I
manager,
could
so I'm
get him.
gonna message that fool right now. and
Come
set
on,
it up.
dog. Be like, it's Miles' material against this motherfucker's material. Like,
Yeah, I don't-
Freestyle off the dome.
I just think like Renee, man, I don't like it. I'm not really a huge fan of crowd work comics, man. Like that's just always kind of been my thing. I love the craft of, man, I can see that's a well written joke. Like you thought about
Sitting there
that.
writing
You
it.
saw somebody like his hot and juicy and the massage part of the joke. Like I'm like, that's such a well written, like well thought out joke. When he said that joke, I was like, damn, he got a lot better than the last time I saw him. Like, fuck, I'm gonna have to follow him. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
like, damn, that was a great fucking joke. And then, you know, same thing with Iz. I know Iz has a joke about like his grandma shooting at him, and I think that's one of the funniest jokes I've ever heard. And like, I remember these things. You
That
know
ain't
what I'm
no
saying?
joke though.
That's what makes a great
That's
joke
the
a
love of my
great
life.
joke, brother. That's what makes a great joke a great joke. But all that shit is, you know, like that's the kind of comedy I like. I like real shit that's tangible. It's like I can tell where you pulled it from, where you got this idea from. I can see what the setup punchline is. I can see where your brain is probably moving a little bit in terms of like, man, like you're probably thinking that a tag should go right here, but you don't know, so you're kind of stretching that part out a little bit while you figure out what's supposed to go right there. Like, I just love what it is, man. I love what stand up is.
The art form.
The art form
The art
of it,
form of
man. Like, it's one of the best things ever, dude. And it's such a crazy thing to be a part of it now. You know, to be on this side of it. You know, because you know I feel the same way about music. I've never once thought about making music. Never once have I actually, and that's just somebody who's like, I got family members who make music, so and I got friends who make music, so I think that would have been an easier transition for me to get into, but I was never like, man, I could do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, just as like comedy continues to evolve, I think we're gonna sadly see a lot more of that, the crowd work shit, because at the end of the day, people are trying to get paid. You know.
I think
Renee
if I
probably
was
gets paid
a
off that
younger
shit.
generation, like in just quote unquote y'all's generation, I don't know What I'm getting at is when I was y'all's age, I wanted to be a music producer so fucking bad.
Yeah.
I really wanted to make beats and fucking be famous for making beats.
Yeah.
I really love Scott Storch and Timbaland, and I really thought I could make beats, but of course I never pursued it. And then I'm just adding that to what you're saying. I really, really, really thought I was never ever like a rapper or thought I could make music, but I really thought I could make beats.
Hey man, I mean it's
You don't
never
know
too
if
late, bro.
that's
It's really never too late. That's the beautiful thing about the internet now, bro. Is like,
Well, now you can make beats
Yeah.
for cheap.
Yeah.
But back then you needed like 808s,
Studios.
you needed all
Yeah.
kinds of shit. Yeah, you needed some expensive.
Hey, they got
ass
GarageBand on
equipment,
iPhone, dude.
Yeah.
yeah, bro, that GarageBand, it works. I'll tell you that, bro. I'll tell you that shit works, man. But I mean, yeah, man. Aside from all that, like, I'm just, stand up has also just introduced me to so many cool people, bro, and like people that like, I'm friends with now, and it's introduced me to a different type of person, because growing up, I feel like all my friends, even to this day, like, a lot of my friends, like, they're finally coming around to the idea where they're like, oh, you're like a comedian now. I remember when I first started, a lot of them were like, no way.
Yeah.
They're like,
That's
no
how I
way.
feel right now.
And like that's fine, and to
They
that,
put little before.
yeah,
You're a little comedian.
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, that's
Your
fine.
little radio show. You're like, get the fuck out of here.
But you know what? To that, I'm always like, bro, you can feel that way, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that this hard work is gonna pay off, and I think
Believe
for a
in
long
yourself,
time
man.
I was chasing like some sort of like recognition and respect from that side of my life. And now I'm kind of just like, you're not even in the fire. Like, you don't even know what the fuck.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you don't even have like the balls or the courage to step outside of your comfort zone and try something. It doesn't have to be this. Be anything. So
We can talk about that now.
You know what I'm saying?
Like in today's society, where people are pissed off at Elon Musk being a trillionaire.
yeah.
Don't matter because you broke.
But that's the thing, bro. You're not mad at the motherfucking fraud shit going in Minnesota
Yeah.
and fucking LA
Shit like
and all
that.
these motherfuckers stealing your tax money and giving it to foreigners. But you're mad at this motherfucker because he made $1 trillion. Like,
Yup.
give me a
'Cause the
fucking
motherfucker-
break, bro.
Elon
flying
is a
to the
weird
moon.
motherfucker, though. Like,
Like,
aside from all that, Elon is
I don't.
a weird.
Yeah, you regardless.
He's an
I don't,
alien.
If you like him or not, I don't even give a shit if you like him or not. Whatever. Like,
the hating on
this,
him,
like,
I feel you.
what does him being a trillionaire affect me in my fucking life?
Yeah.
And what am I bitching about? Like, most of the people bitching about, well, he could be doing this with his money and this with the money. And I'm like, bro, you won't even buy me a fucking Coke or a
Yeah.
fucking snack on your break.
Yeah.
That's very true. Yeah.
Like, and you're bitching about a trillionaire not giving no one money. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's valid. No, that's valid. That's true. That's true. I mean, I all that shit. What the crazy thing is, like, all the conversations we're having, they all trickle down on kind of the same thing, where it's just like, man, like these you just gotta like continue to move on and move past all the shit that you're like looking at in life, or shit that's like outside noise, and just hone in on what you're doing and just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are gonna hate, a lot of people are gonna have something to say, and it's like, why worry about it?
Exactly.
And the thing is,
Why
too,
worry
like,
about it?
the people that are like, like your friends on Facebook and like shit like that, the people that have known you growing up, they're not gonna support you at first.
They're not.
Yeah,
they
it's one of the
won't.
hardest people to get
They
to support you. It's
won't.
weird, like.
They won't.
A stranger on Instagram
That's
is gonna
okay.
support
Yes,
you
bro.
harder, bro.
Like it's
Yeah.
funny because like when I did the shows in Houston and Dallas, even in Midland, like the people that saw me, they're like, "Oh, can I get a picture? Can I take your autograph and stuff like that?" I'm like, and I'm just sitting there writing my whole fucking signature because I don't have a fucking
even
autograph. Yeah, I don't have a fucking autograph, bro. Like
That's
I'm
badass.
fucking new to this, bro, but it's cool as fuck. But
I didn't
you know-
got the eye. Fuck, bring that back.
Right, bring it back. I'm like, these motherfuckers are gonna fucking sign the receipt or something with it. They're gonna steal my identity. But like, that shit's cool as fuck, Because I was telling my wife that today. It's like, it's funny because like, I'll go to these shows and I'll do them, and everybody, like, not everybody, because some people probably don't like me, but like majority of the people like me. They want to take pictures of me. They just ask me for my autograph, and over here I'm just a normal fucking person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like on Facebook, they're like, "Oh, look at him just trying." Like, you know what I
just
mean? It's
flaked on
fucking
my
weird.
haircut appointment with your ass.
Exactly, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just
that's
like I'm just a
right.
barber, I'm just a dad. Like people like here, I'm just a normal person, bro. But like to other people that don't even know me, it's just like they're like, "Oh, he's fucking cool, he's
Yeah.
funny." Like they wanted to hang out
Yeah.
with me and shit like that. And it's fucking,
Yeah.
it's crazy how that works. Is the people that know you, like they're like, "Oh, that's cool. You want to do comedy? Like that's cool." But then other
Your
people are
little
like,
comedy show.
"Yeah." But then other people are like, "Oh, you're a funny ass comedian. Like
Yeah.
let me know when you come back and shit like that." It's shit's crazy, like how that works.
I'll tell you, Jordan, man.
That is
I'll be the first one to tell you from here on out. You being a part of the show, if anything that you need shared or liked,
Yeah,
that's gonna be me, bro.
I'd appreciate that, bro.
It's free.
100%,
It's fucking
bro.
free.
He will.
It
He
is.
will.
I always will push the like button and share your shit because it's fucking free, dude.
It is. Yeah,
But
no,
there's
you're right,
not
man.
very many people like that, man.
You're right,
There
man.
isn't.
You're right. And you know, I think that is I think that comes from a place of insecurity, man. You know.
Yeah, because they're not doing something that they want to do.
Yeah, because, you know, people see that and they're like, man, fuck, like, I wish that was me doing it. And, you know, it's, that place of insecurity, it usually manifests itself as, like, hate in the sense where they're like, man, fuck this little weak-ass clip or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, like, I think with shit like that is, you know, and I'm pretty sure, like, when we listen back to this podcast, it's going to be, y'all going to realize a little bit of a theme of me saying, like, you know, we got to give people grace for shit. But, like, that's what it comes down to, man. Is a lot of people are scared to do their own shit, and so they hate on the next man up, or they hate on the person doing what they have in mind. And when people are presented with this outward expression of who they want to be, but it's not them, you know, they don't want to show support, bro.
No.
They don't want to show support,
But
and
it's so easy, man.
it is. But people are haters, bro.
Like you said, it's insecurity and stuff.
Crab in a bucket mentality. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That's
Yeah.
really
Pull
what
that
it comes down
person
to. Yeah. You know, I come back to Lubbock probably like twice a year, man. And it's always funny, man, because I always have people hit me up like, "Are you back?" And not back in like,
Like, did you come back?
are you back?
Like,
for
did you
good?
move back?
Yeah, like you fucked
Yeah.
up and you had to
And
come
I'm
back
like,
here.
bro, no. Like,
Yeah.
I've been in Houston for 5 years. Like, what do
Yeah.
you think happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, from Houston, I'm gonna go to New York. Like, I'm not gonna come back to Lubbock. And there's nothing wrong with living in Lubbock. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong
But
with
for
being
comedy,
here.
shit. you ain't-
For comedy, there is, and I think that's
But
something
you
that
gotta live
everybody
in
can agree
Houston
with,
51%
for sure.
to not pay the New
New
York
York
taxes.
taxes.
Right, I do.
Still pay a light bill over there.
You gotta stay in Houston 51%, bro.
The New York tax is gonna be nuts, man.
That fucking 40% tax, god
It's
dang,
crazy,
bro.
bro. But dude,
Fuck.
have you been to New York?
Oh yeah.
I love New York so much.
So I
man.
used to live in Boston, and
No shit.
Yeah, so we used
Nice.
to go to New York a little time or two, and
Yeah.
my wife hasn't been to New York, right? And
Okay.
and I was like, it smells like piss. There's trash everywhere. There's fucking rats, and she's like, I still want to go. I was like, it smells like piss. There's trash everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
you can't, dude. I fucking hated New York.
I love it, man.
But then again,
love
I didn't
it.
do the shit you did. I didn't go to comedy clubs. I didn't,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
I
I will
just
say,
did the tourist shit.
stand up in New York was a humbling experience. Because I remember
It's a different demographic.
it's just different. People just it's the shit that you get laughs with here in Houston is a lot different. Or in Houston and also here in Lubbock is not gonna be the shit you get laughs with in New York. Like one of my better jokes. I have a joke about like wrestling and shit like that, and like the punchline is like I hit a girl with a steel chair, blah blah blah. And,
shit.
Yeah, like, that's the punchline, right? And so I was doing this joke in Houston for probably like a year and a half. And it was, at one point it was my closer, and then it moved to my middle, and then moved to my opener. Now it's somewhere in my middle. But,
They call that growth.
yeah. I remember I took that shit to New York. I took that shit to New York, man. And I did that same joke expecting it to crush. And I remember it got no laughs.
Fucking crickets.
That's the worst.
And I was like,
That's the fucking worst.
oh, fuck. And then I remember afterwards, a woman came up to me, and she was like, hey, that joke is so good, but I just don't like that you made it about abusing women.
Oh.
She's like, my son died from
And-
cancer.
For real. And to that point, but to her point though, that taught me a very important lesson about stand-up. And this was, I remember you had said something about, there's that aspect, but like what you were saying about people being like, kind of being like, by saying like, fuck you, like people who just give you bad advice or they're just whatever. In that moment, I was a little pissed where I was like, this is not what the joke is about. But at the same time, it gave me a lesson where perspective is everything. And to the people in that audience that night, they did think that I was talking about hitting women. So in that instance, it's important for me to either accept that that's what the joke may portray itself as and keep it going, or I change it.
Yeah.
And me personally, you know, now I think I'm decent enough at stand-up to where I know how to read the crowd based on anybody going before, because I rarely go in the front nowadays. Usually I'm going towards the end of the show.
Oh, wow.
And I'll have an opportunity to watch people.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
No, for
yeah.
real, like that is.
Thank you, bro.
'Cause that already tells me you're so confident in your shit.
Growth.
Yeah, and now I have a little bit of like I said, I think I have a little bit more experience to be able to tell, like, you know, maybe it wouldn't fly if I did that joke about hitting a girl, but I can switch it to my friend and it'll be just as fun.
True.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
he hits women.
Yeah. 'Cause or it'll be me hitting him, and then everybody's like, "Fuck it, whatever."
Well, it's
but,
like-
you
Oh, my
know.
bad.
No, but like to your point, what you were saying earlier, where you know, sometimes when people can give you criticism or maybe they shit on you a little bit, you know, you can easily say fuck them, but at the same time, I think it's important because even when people are shitting on you, especially when it comes to stand up, if they're shitting on you for a joke, if they're shitting on you for how you're presenting yourself, whatever it is, there is some constructiveness that you can take from that. And that what I mean by that is, like, let's say I saw your set and I was like, Hado, that was terrible, you suck. You could either, man, you'd be like, man, well, fuck you then. Or you could be like, well, what sucked about it? And then you would put me on the spot to be like, well, X, Y, and Z sucked about it. And you could still at that point be like, man, well fuck you then. And you probably will still say fuck you then. But you can also go home and say, well, did he have a point about X, Y, and Z at all?
Yeah.
You know, because I might have been hating, but for somebody to hate to the point where, you know, they're like, man, I don't like this, there has to be something that you could maybe, there was a reason for them to be like, I can pick that out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I try to look at a lot of this shit now, because, you know, I brought him up a couple times now. My best friend Christian, man, like, I think he tells me I suck once a week. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate that, because
That's what I'm about to say is, like, you gotta appreciate that, because half the time you see shit on, out like in the tabloids.
Yeah.
For a lack of a better word, I don't even know what you call it now. I guess it's just social media.
Yeah.
But you got a constant thought, like, does this fool not have any friends that tell him that shit was whack, man?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
Does he have
lot of them
nobody
don't.
telling him, bro? Like Drake's 3 albums, he had no one telling him,
Nah, that
bro,
shit-
this shit's whack, bro.
Yes, man,
Like,
bro.
This
That's all
shit's
they got.
trash.
That's all they got.
Iceman
is
was
Yes
good.
Man. Iceman wasn't bad. I would say Iceman
I
wasn't
didn't like
bad.
the other two, but
The other
Iceman
two were
was good.
trash.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
bro?
yeah.
For
Like,
sure. And you know, I think that is something that a lot of people run into. A lot of people just, you know, they have their yes men and they keep their yes men around because it makes them feel good. But you do need to have people around you that are like, bro, that wasn't good.
But at the
You know what
same
I'm
time,
saying?
too, art is subjective. You know what I mean? Just because
It
some
is.
person doesn't like it doesn't mean everybody doesn't
but
like it.
the people that fuck with you know your
Yeah.
shit. You know, the people that fuck with you know, like, oh, come on, bro.
Yeah.
And I also think that while art may be subjective, there are things about art in general that you can objectively say you need to improve on. So
Yeah, oh yeah, for
if
sure,
we're
for sure,
taking
yeah, yeah.
stand up or we'll even move away from stand. We'll take like music, for example. We've been talking about music a lot this podcast. Let's say the mixing isn't good. And it's just like, you're like, bro, I fucking put it on my headphones and it sounds like shit. It may be a bad delivery, but that's a fair criticism to say, well, okay, I need to fix that. And then to stand up, like, let's say, they're like, man, like, you went too fast.
Yeah.
You went you went through all your jokes. Like, you went so fast. That's fair too, because, you know, at that point, you know, yeah, technically I probably should have went a little bit slower and paced myself and sat in the laps or sat in the silence. Fuck it. You know, sitting in silence is
How do
is
y'all
a real
feel
thing,
about
too.
that?
The sign, I hate it.
No, for real, how do y'all feel about that? Have you done that?
What, silence?
No.
Oh.
Gone through material so fast?
Oh yeah, my wife said. Well, I mean, I don't know because I don't have material. but my wife does tell me sometimes where she'll listen. She'll be like, "Oh, babe, you went too quick. Like they were laughing, and then you just went
Cut it
in,
off,
and you didn't
yeah.
give them time to finish laughing before you kept going."
Yeah.
So, but I tell her, I go, "Well, you know, it's not like y'all say. It's not where it's structured yet. Like it's all being. You're looking at rough drafts every time I go up
Yeah.
there."
Have you done that, Hado?
Your first show, the first show I did on
You
your.
think you did move too fast?
Yeah, hell yeah. Like you can watch the video. Like I was cutting off laughs like crazy at the beginning, because I just wasn't used to that.
Yeah.
I wasn't used to those pops because like I would get like move on.
I just thought that was your shit.
No, bro, I just wasn't used to the laughs. And then the first joke I told, it was like and I just started going again, just because I wasn't. And now I can sit there and I'll listen, and I'll listen, and I'll be like, okay, it's starting to die down. I felt like I was even cutting myself off on a Saturday, cause I thought they were done, but it was weird. It was like a roller coaster. Like they'd laugh and it'd go down, and then they start laughing again, with the silence, and then but when they would start laughing again, I would start talking again, and it's all like I was cutting off that extra laugh.
It's crazy.
It's weird, bro. It's fucking.
Jordan, you've gone through that. You rushed.
I go
through
through that shit once a week.
I'm gonna go
bro.
take a piss real quick, bro.
That shit is, yeah, man. It usually happens, but you know what? It usually happens when I'm bombing. To be honest with you, it never really happens when I'm getting laughs, and it's because when I'm bombing, and I think a lot of comedians do this, is like one of the biggest mistakes. So let's say, for example, you got a 10-minute set. Usually, I do 10-minute sets. I have my opener. I have like 3 jokes in the middle, 4 jokes in the middle, and then I have my closer. And my opener and my closer are supposed to be my strongest jokes. So I've had a bad habit in the past where like if I go up there and my opener doesn't hit, I immediately jump to my closer. And if I jump to my closer and that shit doesn't hit, well now my confidence is gone.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, oh, I just lost the set.
Hey, you
like,
take big shits.
Yeah. So calling women bitches,
that's what I'm
bitch.
doing, bro. That really, I'm looking at the audience. I'm like, hey man, like y'all gotta y'all gotta help me out real quick, cause then I start going through my shit, and if I already know my opener, my closer didn't work, now I'm already in my head. So whatever else might have worked, now I'm like wearing it on me. I have a bad habit. I have a bad trait of where I'll wear that on me. Where like if my shit don't hit, I will be like,
It becomes your armor.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? And now I've gotten better at it, just because as I've gotten better at stand up, I'm more able to mask it. Because that is one thing that they do tell you when you do stand up is like, man, like you never want the audience to know where the punchline's supposed to be at.
Yeah.
So if you do a joke and the punchline don't hit, that's when you speed up and move on to the next shit. You don't even let them know that was a joke.
That was it. Yeah.
The problem is sometimes people will do the joke and they'll pause where the laugh's supposed to be at, but there won't be a laugh that follows it.
That's what I do.
So now it'll be like everybody's like, oh, that was supposed to be funny. And then now you're in a real fucked up position.
The reason why I asked that is because I believe this episode is 207.
Okay, nice. Hell yeah.
So check this out. I've only done 3 solo episodes.
Nice.
My first episode was like a hour and a half material. I got through it in 20 minutes, bro.
Telling you, bro.
So then, second episode, I knew, like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna have to stretch it out. I knew how quick I go through this shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be double that. I got through it in 30 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm just like,
You're not
what the
pausing on break.
fuck? Like,
Yeah.
I maybe I'm not trained in doing a solo podcast, but if it's by myself, I zoom through all the shit.
Yeah. But you know why? It's because whenever you're talking to yourself, like, you don't have anybody that you're bouncing necessarily. You're not bouncing it off anybody to get perspective. So you're just in your
I took
mind. You're
notes
like,
to elaborate on certain shit, to take
Yeah.
2-3 minutes on shit.
Yeah.
But it
You're
was
not-
fucking 20 minutes.
You're not getting
Yeah.
the feedback. Like that's what he's saying. Because like even in comedy, like you need a feedback. Like what I was telling
Yeah.
you earlier, like when my jokes, they would laugh, and then like I'd be like I would like because I was laughing. I was waiting for them to finish laughing, then it'll die down. Then it'll laugh again. Like if they weren't laughing, I would just continue. Like he said, like so you need feedback to play
Yeah.
off of like your pacing and your stuff like that. Because like again to what he said, he was like if they didn't laugh at the punchline, just go over it.
yeah.
You know, don't pause or don't do nothing like that. But if you're not getting but if they laugh at the punchline, then you're gonna stop, so they can
Yep.
laugh. But so like you need feedback, because that's what I always do. Like when people tell me like, oh, you got a 10-minute set, I'll plan for like 8 to 9 minutes without laughs, because I know at the worst if I'm bombing, it'll be 9 minutes, but with laughs, it'll be like 10, a little over 10.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like you need the feedback to
That's
for
insane.
pacing and stuff
Yeah.
like
What's
that.
crazy is that's where I'm at now with the open mics. I'm where I need a crowd. Like I want a crowd, and it sucks because we don't have
In a
anybody.
crowd, yeah.
We don't have nobody, especially at Lantern, really at all. And so I noticed some of my latest shit that I've been doing. I think it's funny as fuck, but there's nobody like other than the comedians
Yeah.
there, and they're working on their own shit or whatever. So I won't hear nothing. But when I post it, shit, I'm getting feedback. Man,
Yeah.
that shit was funny as fuck, bro. Too bad nobody's in the audience, or that audience sucked. And I'm like, there is no audience. Like, and so they'll tell me like, you're going a little too fast. So I'm like you said, I don't have nobody to work. Like
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can't
have no
bounce it off of
feedback,
people.
so I don't know when to stop. I just go, bro. Like,
Yeah.
And that comedy's a relationship, man. And you need like, because what he was saying about the New York, like people here loved it, but people in New York didn't like it.
Yeah.
Like everything's different. Because I remember when for your last live podcast, I did a show in San Angelo before that. Same joke. It was the one where I choked that bitch out way too easy, and I'm talking about my wife. Like 3 people in San Angelo laughed. Everybody at your show laughed. Like you need the crowd to like.
Yeah, because I don't have a lame ass crowd though.
Yeah, true. But then too, it's just like because that crowd in San Angelo, there was a lot of older people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're not gonna like that shit. Just like with in New York, it's more like democratic than Texas, so they're not gonna like the like
Yeah, I get
abusing
that.
like that's what I was saying.
And
like
you kind of
it's
see
subjective.
that in podcasts when people are like, "Oh, I forget where I'm at."
Yeah.
Type shit.
And also, it's important to remember, like, whenever you're doing shows and shit like that, that's what I was telling the guys at the show on Saturdays. I was like, man, the lineup is so important, bro, because, like, you know, if you have a host, you want them to... A host's job is really to set the tone of the show, and, you know, like, this is what a joke is. A host should show the audience, this is what a joke is, these are the rules of the show. If you have a question, you talk to me. You don't talk to them. And then you go from there. Boom. That's like... And then you order the lineup in terms of, like... Really what you want to do is you want to put a strong comic first, and then you want to sprinkle the middle with some, like, weaker quote-unquote weaker comics.
Yeah.
And then the last 2 comics should be your 2 best comics.
Well, that's what pisses me off about my last live show is I partnered up with Laugh Up City, and Curtis, who runs Laugh Up City, kind of butted heads with me for the lineup. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like my I guess my niche, my crowd, my genre of listeners is not mostly Latinos, bro.
Yeah.
And he wanted Sweat to headline it, and I'm like, no, man, it's got to be Rafa or Jaro.
For sure.
But he was like, no, Sweat is gonna, cause he's basing his shit on how previous shows works. But I'm like, bro, you don't know my crowd.
Yeah, you have to play to the
Has to
crowd
be
for
Rafa.
sure.
You
have to
don't
be
know
play to the
my
crowd.
fucking crowd. Like Jaro or Rafa has to close it.
Yeah.
And when he fucking we live and we learn. Like you said on your first show, you live and you learn. I know now that my next show has just got to be solely me.
Yeah.
Like I can't partner with no one because I've got to have full creativity on my show.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, like, that was...
And not to say Sweat isn't funny. I'm not saying that.
He
I'm
could
just
feature, though.
saying,
You know what I'm saying?
but it's mostly raza, and I
Yeah.
have Sweat closing out the show.
Like we were talking about earlier, like the Latino comments, like, do you consider yourself Latino comments? Like, well, no, like, I'm just some comic that's Mexican, but the shit that I talk about is going to relate to the Hispanics.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can tell these same jokes in front of a black crowd, and they're just going to they'll probably boo me off stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because it's not relatable to them.
And you know, one thing about lineups, it's so funny, man. Like, for example, this Saturday, I was kind of in the green room. I was feeling myself a little bit. I was a little drunk. But I was being honest, you know. And I was like, man, I think they kind of fucked up putting me so early in the lineup. Just because I knew, I was not saying I was better than anybody or anything like that. But, like...
damn, I thought you closed it. I thought you were the headliner.
Nah, bro.
My bad, I thought you were.
They threw me, I thought I was going to be featuring at least. I thought I was going to
Yeah, he
be
was after
second to
me.
last. So I was like, in the middle.
Oh,
And
wow.
it sucked because, like I said, like, a lot of my family members it was like 25, 30 of them there. Of the 100 people, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a chunk of the crowd, you know what I'm saying? And I knew that once I got off stage, the energy from them was not going to be there. But in my mind, I was like, man, I wish they would have just... If they would have had everybody excited to eventually... I'm not trying to say, like, everybody excited to see
I get
me,
what you're
but,
saying. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If
But
you
at
would've
the same
had
time, they are because it's your family. Like, they want to see you perform.
Right. So I do wish that they would have not put me at that spot. I wish they would have put me before Rafa. I wouldn't have minded still doing the same amount of minutes, but, like, I just knew it kind of set up everybody. Like, the dude, I feel bad for the dude who followed me because he was like, man, that was a tough follow. And, like, even, like, some of my family members were like, bro,
Like,
that
I know,
was...
I should have closed it.
Well,
Rafa's hilarious. I think Rafa's the headliner for sure.
No, yeah.
But, like, I'm thinking about... I'm like, man, it would have been so much fun to have that. Like, I brought up... Like, I have the energy where it's at. Have Rafa come in that bitch. And just... You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just ain't, I ain't trying to talk shit, you know, but it's called what? 5 funny Mexicans, and I didn't even make the top 5.
I didn't either. I was a 6th.
But
I'm
you
not
know,
throwing
man.
any shade at Laugh Up City. I'm not throwing any shade at Curtis.
You just know you
Because
you know-
Curtis was
yeah.
on my first live show. You know what I mean? And him
Curtis is
and Tanner.
great, yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Tanner were on my first live show, but they weren't headlining it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I just know my crowd. I know my niche. I know my genre.
You have to play to the
man.
crowd.
And it's important to be aware of that, man. It's really important to be aware of that whenever you're going through the motions, just because like it can really fuck up a show if it's not curated correctly.
Yep.
Like, and that's just somebody. I'm not even a showrunner like that, man. But just as much as I do stand up, like in Houston, like I said, like usually I'll either middle or I'll go towards the end. I open every now and again. I open whenever it's like I'm clearly the weakest comic on the lineup,
Yeah.
and I'm cool with that. You know, there are times where like I am opening and I'm like, yeah, it makes sense because everybody else is better than me, point blank period. But there have been times in Houston where I'm like, I've talked to the guy like, hey man, respectfully, what the fuck am I doing at the front of the lineup?
Is
you know
it-
what I'm saying?
Can I ask you this? And you could tell me to fuck off, and I'm perfectly fine with your response. Can I ask you how much? Let's just say I'm getting a live show together for this month.
Yeah,
Can I ask you how much you would charge?
not a lot. I'm not like. Here's the thing: is at this point in my career where
Exposure.
I'm at, exposure is what's most important to me right now. I'd probably say like I just told you, I'm doing 15 minutes in Houston for $100. You know what I'm saying? Like, realistically, I would probably do it for around the same price. It's just I would have to think like I'm gonna either have to drive up here,
Yeah.
depending on the day, and drive back. So like, gas isn't gonna be that much more expensive. Maybe like an extra $60 just to cover some of my gas. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
that's not like. Yeah, I'm never gonna be like, man, I need 400, but like that's not where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
But
So,
I don't know, man. Blessings onto you, and I want to speak your success into existence, bro.
Thanks, man.
But that response just tells me that you're gold. You know what I
thanks.
mean?
Yeah.
Because I can't act like I know your comedy and I'm familiar with your comedy,
Yeah.
but I just know that response is fucking gold, bro.
Yeah, man. And you know, here's the thing: is a lot of people will be very they won't be honest about shit like that. You know, they'll sit here and they'll say like they have X amount of time when they don't, and they'll charge crazy prices, and that doesn't help anybody out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now like I said, realistically, it's different for me coming to Lubbock too, because like I have family here, so I can sleep here, like, you know, like hotels and shit. Now, if we were talking like, hey, I want you to drive to El Paso for it, then I had to be like, man, you gotta at least help me get a nice hotel, like not a
Yeah,
nice
yeah, I
hotel
get that.
room,
Yeah.
help me get a little hotel room,
Yeah.
toss me like, you know, $120 for the actual time.
Yeah,
and-
but you're not thinking that way for Lubbock, even though your family, you know what I'm saying? You're
Right.
not saying like, oh, I need a hotel.
Nah,
you get what
bro.
I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that just tells me, that makes me even more of a fan of you, bro.
Thanks,
For
bro. I
real.
appreciate
For
that.
real.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, because it's important, bro. And you know, hopefully, one of my goals is gonna be is I'd like to do something with all my Houston comics. You know, Christian Alexander, Danny Guerrero, Prince Elias, Onkar Singh, Luis De Jesus. Like, these guys are some killers that I love. They're some of my best friends, and you know, they're on their way to the top. They're funnier than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the fun thing about being where I'm at right now is I get to kind of be like the alien probe where I go to different scenes and I'm like,
How's your asshole?
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's all right for right now. Nah, but like, you know, I get to go and like report back to the cavalry like this is what it is, and
Yeah.
I think we could have a good show out here. You know
Hey,
what I'm
but
saying?
let me ask you though, bro. So in Houston, in the bigger markets,
Yeah.
are the people making it actually the funniest motherfuckers, or is it because of who they know?
Because of the homies.
If I'm being honest, bro, Mason is making it, Trey is making, like, they are the funniest comedians in Houston.
Okay, so it's not a fucking favoritism thing. It's they actually got the talent.
I think some people will say they are. You know, it really depends on who you ask. But from my perspective, the guys who are making a living off of stand-up in Houston are the funniest people in Houston.
They got
Jay
the talent.
Can, Jeff Joe, Mason James, like Trey Tutson, you know, my boy Prince Elias, he's getting to that point where he's making his money off stand-up. Christian is making some bread off stand-up. Like, they are genuinely the funniest people in Houston, and I would say that with confidence.
That's what's up, man.
And I feel that's how it should be. You shouldn't like want to take people like on shows with you just because they'll make you shine better because they're not that good. You know, like
A lot of people do that, bro.
yeah, it's crazy.
A lot of people do that.
And that's why I told like Rafa and Saul from Amarillo. I was like, dude, I'll always like I think you're way funnier than me, but like anywhere I go that I can bring y'all, I will bring y'all because you know like y'all are fucking funny and y'all people should know about y'all.
For sure.
So check this out. I'm a photographer. Said it 8 times on this episode.
What?
I can't honestly tell you that I can do every photo shoot for the low.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like my equipment is like 5 G's, and you want me to do a $40.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, fuck
But
that.
but there are some people that can only afford $40, right?
Yeah.
It's not in me to like say fuck you,
Yeah.
and it's in me to be like, well, what's your budget? Well,
Yeah.
let me see what I can do for that.
Yeah.
So me asking you that question was that
Yeah.
was getting that response
Yeah.
because
sure.
I was. You could have said, well, fuck, I need the Overton Hotel, and I need, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
God, dude.
You get what
That's
I'm saying?
not-
You
yeah.
get what I'm saying?
For sure. For sure. And you know, I think genuinely, like if somebody were to really ask me, like, hey man, what, and I wanted to do it through this show, I think it was a little too late to do it, but like I would ask, like, do you mind if I bring one of my homies with me? And I'll send you his clips. I'll send you a clip of his shit because like, you know, it's like the saying goes, bro, like rising tides rise all ships. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's an important thing. Like, you know, these guys, and I talked about him a lot in the past minute or two, but like Elias, you know, Elias is taking me to Dallas with him. Elias is taking me to San Antonio with him. He's taking me to Austin with him. And you know, like, he is somebody that I would tell you, I'd say, look, man, this kid, if you're gonna pay me for 15 minutes, I think you should really consider giving him a 25.
And that's what I
spot.
love this dude for.
Haha, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I really love that dude for that, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you before we go, man. We could sit here for hours. We've
Yeah,
gone
we
on
could.
2 hours, man.
We
Before
could.
we go, this is my theory, and I've said it a lot of times on everybody's podcast I've been a part of.
My bad.
I really want to fucking like tell you this, man.
Yeah.
I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm a
Yeah.
Lakers fan, right?
Yeah.
Lakers finally win the championship.
Yeah.
I say we won, right?
Yeah.
We won.
Yeah.
I'm that fan of my friends, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
And I hate that motherfucker that I'm so supportive of my friend. Haro, we fucking won, bro. You fucking did Irving. You did Houston. Fuck, we won.
Yeah.
And I hate that motherfucker that's like, what did you do?
That's fucking.
And I'm like,
yeah.
okay, let's just say I'm their fan, bro. Like,
Yeah.
what did I do to win the world fucking championship with the Lakers?
Yeah.
I'm a fan. Like,
For sure.
I'm that big of a fan of my
For sure.
friends.
For sure.
That we fucking won, bro.
For sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what did you do? Fuck you, bro.
Yeah.
If I ever make
agree.
it, JP, I would not have made it that far if it wasn't for you. You just
it's
instilling
a
that
great
confidence
platform.
back in me, putting on that show. Like I told you, I didn't know how to handle laughs. I didn't know. Like I was like just starting again. Like I didn't know how to handle it. If it wasn't for that show, bro, I would have probably not. I was telling my wife, I was like, I'm probably just gonna lay back on it.
Nah, man, you're too good to fucking hang
And
that
see,
up.
and like that's what I'm saying. Like, cause I have imposter syndrome. I would say, cause I'm like, oh, I think I just got him on a good night. You know what I mean? I'm like, other people won't think this is funny.
So you got him on 2 good nights.
Yeah,
Get
too
the
good.
fuck out of
Yeah.
here, bro.
Well, bro,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
even then, like, I was like, Dallas was with the shows I did at the punchlines. I was like, Dallas was good. Or even before going over there, I was like, they're not gonna laugh, and I'm scared. Like, dude, I'm so fucking nervous before I go on stage. I'm like, my heart rate was at 150, bro,
Damn.
before I went on stage.
What's Esparza's joke? They're gonna laugh at you.
That's the point, goddamn. But no, like, I was like, these motherfuckers are not gonna laugh, and I'm so nervous. But once that first laugh hits, I'm like, all right, it's time to fucking go. Like,
Yeah.
we're in this shit now, and it's just smooth sailing from there. The next day, I was like, oh, it's Houston. They're a different city. They think more like
Yeah.
this. I'm like, they're not gonna laugh. And as soon as I go up there, they laugh, bro. I'm like,
It's like Iz just said, hey man, I want to start a podcast. Fuck, dude, whatever you need from me.
yeah.
If you even need this studio, let's do it, bro. Like,
you really need that card now.
I'm the hugest fan of my friends, bro.
Yeah.
And it just drives me nuts that more people are not like that.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
I just love natural like talent. That's why I asked
Yeah.
you, like, is it the talented ones that are getting success? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
It is,
I
man.
hate
It should
auto-tune comedians.
I will say though, there are a lot of talented ones that aren't getting success, man. I think
It's because nobody's bringing them up though. Like,
I don't think so, bro. I think
Or just like
I
their
think it's the
attitude?
work, bro. I
Oh,
think it's
okay.
the work. I think that people really value the hard work, and one thing that I was kind of dealing with for a little bit, and it was pissing me off a little bit, but I righted the ship. A lot of my friends weren't seeing me out, and it's not because they weren't seeing me out because I wasn't going out. It was because I was going to different mics and different shows than they were doing. So they were like, Jordan, did you quit? And I'm like, no, I'm not doing the same shit as y'all. Like, I'm doing different mics. And they're like, okay. They're like, well, we can't hook you up with spots if you're not doing stand up. I'm like, I'm doing stand up. Like, what are you talking about? Now, what that lesson taught me, and I started being like, I do need to be in these other rooms. Like, I really shouldn't be doing these bullshit rooms anymore. Like, it's not where I should be at. And I started, doing what I needed to do, and now I'm back on a good path. But I guess what I'm saying is, like, the concept of out of sight, out of mind applies so heavily to stand up, man. Where it's like, especially in a bigger scene like
connection
that.
in your face.
Yeah, where it's like, if people aren't seeing you out, if they're not seeing you work, if they're not seeing you work in their mind, you don't exist.
Perception is reality.
Perception is reality, man. And even though, like I said, I was going out, I was doing all the midnight mics. I was going out at midnight. But here's the thing. I'm going to midnight mics, and it's just a bunch of other comics who, like, are brand new, who don't know me, I don't give a fuck to know them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're kind of just like, they don't, like, my friends aren't seeing that because my friends are doing shows. They're doing, book shows, and they're like, man, come hang out at the book show. We'll get you a guest spot. We'll make you look good in front of the club. But in my mind, I'm like, I want to do it my own way. That's a bad mindset to have. You got to have the mindset of, look, I got to be where the people that I want to be on shows with, the people that I want to be around, I need to be in front of them at all
for
points, at all times.
That's why I'm trying to fucking, like, my next thing I want to do with open mics, start paying people for features in my open mics.
That's big, man. That'd be
You know what I'm
huge.
saying? Like, hey, man, jump on and spit a line.
Oh, my bad.
That's
Like
dope.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is like the one that I'm doing, like, because I have a show June 28th, y'all come out. But it's firstly, it's an open mic, and like a lot of comics are asking me, like, hey, can I get on? I'm like, yeah, y'all can, but I want to bring new blood into the scene. Like, I want to, because there's probably people out there, like, that think they're funny, or like they know they're funny, but they're just too fucking scared. I'm like, dude, exactly, that's what I sign up for. It's just 3 minutes is not long.
Yeah.
3 minutes is not a long time to fucking do. And like, I want to bring new people out there because I want to grow the scene here.
Yeah.
That's my main goal, is to grow the scene. Like, even if you fucking bomb, but you're funny, like, it takes time. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
if I would have quit the first time I did it, like, I was horrible. Like I told you earlier, like, me watching my first set, I was like, dude, what the fuck was
Well,
I
that's the
thinking?
thing too, man. A lot of my friends are like, dude, you should try comedy. Like, you're funny. I am funny, but I'm not a comic.
You don't know that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't disrespect the art and be like, oh, I'm funny. So,
But funny is funny, bro.
Yeah.
Funny is funny. Like, different genres. Funny is
Yeah.
funny.
That is true.
You know what I
man.
mean? Like, you can think of something funny, bro, and just write it and just structure it. Like, this is my setup, this is my punchline.
Yeah.
Like, this is where I plan
it's just
for
been
people
my
to laugh.
mindset, you know. Like, I can't disrespect the art and say, well,
You're
I'm
not, dude.
funny.
He said he didn't think he was funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I knew I was fun. Like, I could make people laugh, but I didn't know that I can, like, do it in front of, like, a crowd, like, structured like that.
Yeah.
Because now when I think of something, I'm like, I think this will be funny. Okay, let me figure out a way to set it up.
Yeah.
It all just starts with an idea, bro. A joke starts with what you think is funny, and then you branch it out from there
Yeah,
to get to
because
that.
me and my boy Ramos always joke because Ramos is funny, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just funny. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And that's kind of what I see myself as, just a class clown.
Yeah.
And we're always like, we kind of laugh because we go to like events, or we like even just with our friends, and there are people who are just like, hey, be funny. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
Oh, I hate when people
like,
tell me that. Your comic tell me a
like-
joke. I'm like, I can't just fucking.
like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, that's not
what do you
a
mean,
thing.
be funny?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Because I've had people tell me that, like, your comic tell me a joke. I'm like, it doesn't work like that. Like, what the fuck?
It's
Like,
annoying, bro.
I'm like, so my dick, like,
Like, hey, come over here, bro. Like, be funny. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Anyways, bro, thank you for coming, man.
Bro,
Yeah.
thank you so much for
appreciate you,
having me,
bro.
bro. I
Thank you,
appreciate
man.
bro.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Tell people where to find you, man.
Yeah, so I'm Jordan C HTX on TikTok and Instagram. Jordan Cavarrubio on Facebook. I will add you on Facebook. CAVARRUBIO. And yeah, man, I'm gonna be. I should be back in Lubbock August 7th, featuring for the Latin Queen of Comedy. So that'll be cool at Jake's Back Room. And yeah, I'm sure I'll be back for a couple more shows. So
Hell yeah. Thank you, bro.
thank you, bro. Thank you for having me, bro. I appreciate
Otto,
it.
where do they find you, bro?
Jaro Lopez Comedy on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Hell
Give
yeah.
me a follow.
What's up?
Mr. Is, where do they find
What's
you?
up? On TikTok and Facebook, check me out at Mr. Is WT MRISWT. Post all my sets from start to finish. I'm at 101.
Nice.
Fuck yeah, dude.
There you
And
go.
I got my show, like I said, June 28th. It's at Good Line Beer Company in Wolford. Y'all come out, man. We need a good crowd. We need to start building this Lubbock scene. Y'all come out to these open mics, man. Give us a good crowd. We need good reactions to judge our jokes, man.
I'm gonna shit on you, Hado. I'm sorry.
Okay, now go.
This aired. Y'all come out to Hado's show on Saturday. It was this past Saturday.
Well, if you were there, I love you. If not, you didn't get the word.
Sorry. I apologize.
It's all good. It's all good.
I keep the shit professional, so I keep the shit locked and loaded.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
No,
in
it's all
case.
good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
Just share it on Facebook.
Yeah, I got you, man. Everybody that fucks with me and I fuck with you, I'm gonna name you like I always do, bro. Shout out RL Creations. If you ever have any thoughts or idea for any fucking customized shirt, t-shirt, sweater, whatever, hoodie, holler at RL Creations. She'll make it your fucking dream, your thoughts into reality. If you are looking for great drink specials, go to Copper Lounge. They have daily drink specials. They'll fucking hook you up. Tell them I sent you. Shout out Cuevas Drive-In. Shout out Bubba and Brie Grilled Cheese. Shout out Hub City Buds. If you go to Hub City Buds in Clovis, they'll hook you up with I believe they got a $10 eighth special. And like I said, I'm not promoting shit that's illegal in New Mexico. Weed is legal. Go to Hub City Buds, Mijo's Food Truck. Once again, Bubba and Brie Grilled Cheese, Jimenez and Friends. Thank you guys for
Jimenez
fucking
and
with me,
Friends for
because Jimenez and Friends for sure. If
Love
you hadn't
y'all.
ever tried Jimenez and Friends, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. 'cause
Jimenez and Friends.
They
Where's that
are
at?
killing the game, bro. I'll have to tell you where Jimenez and
It's
Friends is. You leaving on Thursday?
Y'all have my heart.
Shit, I'll go over there.
Are you
Oh, it's
leaving on
close today.
Thursday?
Yeah, I'm leaving on
All right,
Thursday.
so go hit them up on Wednesday, bro.
Bet.
For real. Anyways, man, thank you for coming and thank you for everything. Thank you for sharing my show. Thank you. The love and support that I get from this show, the daily DMs, I can't thank you guys enough. Y'all fuck with me and I fuck with you, and I see every DM. I try my best to reply to every comment, every DM, because I know you're taking your time out of your day, and I just totally appreciate that. And I comment back and I reply back. So anyways, until next time, guys, read some books.
Cloud City.
Hey yo, JP, tell me what's the deal? Is it real that you got the hottest podcast in the land of the trail? Then tell me what's the deal, because I really need to know it. The way you wanna show it, you rip the shit like a pro. You really should be a poet, like Edgar Allan Poe. You killing shit and they just know it. And thanks to San Juan, I got this drink, I might just pour it. Got me feeling like Don Juan, pimping shit while they hoeing. As far as culture goes, we go to bitch and they know it. And I don't like to bloat it, but I know that I'm goated. I know that JP is goated. And this is not a long song, cause the credits are rolling, but I'ma tell you one more time that we fucking goated for real. Best podcast for real. Man, what's the fucking deal, yeah?